Alrighty. Hello and welcome, guys. You know, this is the start of a new expansion, start of a new thing. You know, let's see what we can do today with this. I'm trying to balance out my lighting again, but it's not really playing along with me very well. Anyway, pretty straightforward. Obviously, I want to start by opening packs here in a moment. I'll check the daily missions as well. See what we got in here. Looks like we get a Calamity pack, Dark Over pack, and Frost and Shadow. Not sure how confident I am with that. We'll see. We'll see. All our missions reset as well for Battle Pass, along with obviously a Battle Pass reset for a new 3-month season thing. It's alright. September to December. Probably end up buying the Premium Pass for this one. We'll see. I'll probably do it once I get a payment through soon. And then I'll, throw 30 bucks at this and buy that Battle Pass. Servers may be a little temperamental, as it's right at the start of the release window, literally like 8 minutes after maintenance. It wouldn't be the first time I've played a Shadowverse release and had the whole game literally crap itself. Ooh, bumping everything over here in my setup. Alrighty, so go to the shop here. We'll go to some packs. We'll see what we got. I know we got some new trial decks we can take a look at too shortly. So this one has get exclusive items in it. It's only purchasable like crystals though. This looks like it's the standard 10-pack thing. Purchase 10 packs, you get a Seer's Globe and a special emblem and stuff. Alright, nothing too crazy there. I don't think I got packs in anything else at the moment, so it's just going to be that. We did end up having that other set rotate out, which is fine. We'll get started by opening Dawn of Majesty. So we've got 9 ticket packs. Would have liked to have had 10, unfortunately. Just missed out on having the perfect 10 round number there. We'll just open the 9. Let's see what the animation's like. Oh, not too bad, not too bad. I actually really like this. This is quite aesthetically pleasing. Oh, that's really nice too, actually. The nice border on that. Cool. So a couple of golds here. I have no clue what anything does, by the way. I have not looked through a single card for the set since I only came back a month ago, and I couldn't be bothered keeping up with the set release in general, so I was just like, I wonder, what could be in here. So we'll definitely have to go through what we get afterwards and take a good look at them. That's definitely something I want to do in this stream for today. Flowing Lance. Okay, we got a couple of that. That looks okay. Just looking for anything kind of exciting here. Nice. Our first legendary, Pursuer Golem. Cool. Runecraft at the start of your opponent's turn. Total allied stack. Stack is just the new Earth Sigil term stuff, which is interesting. Subtract 3 from the cost of this card. So nothing too crazy. Looks like it's an okay card. Could be interesting to mess with. Obviously, it didn't look super in depth. I don't think of anything too crazy, but like it looks alright. Monolith Creator, another legendary. That's pretty good. We opened 9 packs and 2 legendaries. We haven't even got through all 9 yet. Rush card. I was trying to see what this actually relates to. Summon another Monolith Creator and give it Storm. So this one has Rush. That one gets Storm. As long as if you've used at least 3 Evo points, that's not too bad, Evolve style. Strike, give -2 to all enemy followers, then remove this effect, so you only get to do that once. Effectively twice, though, with double, so that's, I can see that working. Good amount of silver cards. I'm actually pretty happy with our silver pulls right now. Nothing too interesting in that one to look at by the looks of it. Nice artwork, though. Gotta give it to it. Was that another Vagabond Frog, too? Damn. Also, is this a legendary? Yeah, it is. Wow, a legendary spell here. Yeah. I don't know if we had many other legendary spells, necessarily, right? Forget. Either way. Summon a Queen Herma Brave or Queen Magnus the Graceful. So this is the black and white old follower, I'm pretty sure, right? Summon both instead and evolve them. Enhance 6. That sounds okay. That sounds pretty good, I think. We've also done alright. That's 3 legendaries so far in not even 9 packs. I could hope for that luck all the time, honestly. And a gold. Artifact Impulse. I think I've got less golds than legendaries almost. At least 5 artifact allies. If 5 or less allied artifact cards with different names have been destroyed this match, summon an ancient artifact. Otherwise, deal 6 damage to an enemy follower. If no enemy followers are in play, deal 6 damage to the enemy leader instead. Not bad. It's a damage-based card. I can see that working. Alright, so that was those 9 packs, and that did very, very well for us, getting us 3 or 4. So that gives you 2. Okay, so that gives you the white and the black. So you 3 legendary cards, 4 emblems. I'll take it. We can go ahead, open our next 10, see what we pull. Open her up. Again, this animation, smooth. Really like it. Especially this bordery stuff. It's really nice. Dog of the Dead. Piercing Roar. Nice. Couple of gold cards. I will take them. Frostage Dragon. Looking card. Reminds me of Blue Eyes White Dragon. More animated silvers. You know, we'll take those. No legendaries yet in this set, though. Considering how well we went last time. I mean, all our luck might have been used up on those 9-card tickets we had. A couple of golds, though. I'll take some golds. Dark Contract. Draw 2. Vengeance is active for you. Deal 1 damage to enemy leader. If Wrath is not active for you, deal 1 to your leader. Nice. So these is a not active card. Oh, this is actually very good. If Vengeance and Wrath aren't active, it's just dealing 2 to yourself, which actually combos very nicely with a draw 2 spell. I actually really like that. Nice. That could definitely be incorporated pretty easily. So what's this thing? I didn't even look before. Select to make follow. It can't attack until the end of the opponent's turn. Okay, meh. I don't know yet if that's really something I'd want to run. Another gold, this time animated. What is it, a neutral? Okay, deal 2 damage to a random enemy follower and then the enemy leader. Do this 1 time. If any spells or amulets are in your hand, do this 2 times instead. Huh. I mean, it is 5 cost. To destroy all damage to enemy followers. It's not actually that bad a card. It seems like it could have a place in draft formats. Miracle Optimist, okay. Ward, yeah. Looks okay. No legendaries that I noticed there. I mean, we pulled 3 right at the bat, so I can't get too unhappy. I mean, that was 1 in 3 packs before. Now it's 1 in 19. Sorry, 3 in 19, which, yeah, balances out our odds a bit more. Alright. I think there was gold in that pack. There's gold in this one. That's pretty okay. I'm mainly just looking for the higher end stuff. The low end stuff isn't that hard to make, honestly, from these sets, and I still have to get a lot from older sets to really do a lot. So it's really just like, hey, I can get a lot of the low cost stuff, and then I can just vial them off and have some vials to work with to make other stuff. And nearly every legendary you can get as 1 of temporary, which is fine. So what's counter magic? Deal 3 damage to the enemy. Give your leader the fighting effect. The next time your leader takes damage, reduce that damage to 0. That could be a really good card in the rune matchup, like Mirror. You definitely kind of lock out getting OTK'd, which would be nice. Also, just in general, an okay card. Not much else in here, though. Would have liked to have seen another legendary. There's another gold. I'm going to be disappointed if my gold packs here don't have any legendaries in them. And it's not impossible that can happen. We've only hit 3. I would like to hit about 6 legendaries, ideally. That does average us back out to about 1 in 10. And there's 1, 2. 2 legendaries in the same pack. Well, that gets us very close to what I want for my average here. So good. Victorious Bleeder. Look at it was darker for guaranteed. I don't know. No clue. Anything on why it be guaranteed? I don't know. I don't know how their system works anymore. They never used to have a guaranteed card necessarily like that. Rush. Can attack 2 times per turn. While the follower is in play, leader and allied followers. Yeah, it's an okay card, that. Brilliant Fairy. One of the cards they used in the trailer, at least, as well. Give +1/+1 if at least 2 other cards have played this turn. Fairies, it's okay. You get +1/+1 to an allied follower, and then +1/+1 to all fairies and storm, as long as you play 2 other cards. It's only 4 cost. I could see that working for some form of fairy rush. Another Pursuer Golem, nice. So we are at 6 legendaries now. It's pretty good. We have about a little over halfway through the pack's openings, I think. Not too bad, considering I've only got about 60 packs worth of cards here. Not much else there. I would like a few more golds. Build up that gold collection, less I have to make in the future. Nice, there's the Dark Emperor, you know. That's something you mentioned, it's animated too. That's some good luck there, man. You're giving me the good luck. So, Bloodcraft, 7 cost. Fanfare, destroy 2 enemy followers. If Vengeance or Wrath is active, you evolve this follower and restore 5 defense to your leader. Clash, deal 3 damage to the enemy follower. Reduce damage. That's pretty nice. And thank you for the follow, man. Always appreciated. This actually doesn't look too bad. 7 cost might make it a bit rough to play in Unlimited, but it's definitely a nice looking card. Maybe it's something else that'll combo with it. Like I said, I haven't been through a single card in this set, so I had no clue. There's another Brilliant Fairy. This is actually stacked as hell right now, man. Oh, fuck. If we can get like one more legendary just in this 10 packs, it's going to be pretty nuts. Nope, okay. That's still pretty good. That's still really impressive. So like, we got 2 Brilliant Fairies. Actually, one of those was the ult, was it? For us to get the friggin' leader. I don't think you get the leader normally, do you? Is it the same with the Emperor? Was that an ult as well? Like I said, did not look at what they were meant to look like. But we've got both leaders, Brilliant Fairy and Dark Emperor, so that's pretty nice there. Blade, I'm okay with that. Plus we got the extra Pursuer, so there was at least 4, 5, including the Brilliant Fairy in that 10 packs. That's 1 in 2 packs just on that 10 pull. And we opened 3 at the start, so we're at a total of 8, I think. Alright. 8. I think 8. Could be wrong. Take a look at the end for sure. See how many legendaries I ended up with. Would like, again, a few more gold cards. If you can give me a few more. Oh, nice. Jupiter. I'll take it. I'll take it. Neutral. Ward. Follower. Fanfare. Banish an enemy follower. Draw a card. Recover 2 play points. Damn. Melee follower have evolved at least 5 times this match. Recover 4 play points instead. And restore 4 defense to your leader. Actually seems pretty okay. It's removal. Decently cheap because you might play it on turn 6, but you're going to get at least 2 play points back, potentially 4, if you're doing the Evo version of this deck, obviously. And it's got Ward on a 4/6 body. That looks pretty good for a neutral card. Rest, meh. Gold, nice. Take them. Salt Knight, cool. I'll take golds, you know. Just add them to the collection. Throw them back there. Another artifact impulse is okay. Take animated cards, you know, can't have too many. Good vial source right now in animated cards. Oh, Moogie. Spell boost. This card has been spell boosted an odd number of times. Subtract 1 from the cost of cards in hand. Otherwise, gain +1. That's it. Is it? How does that work? So when this card gets spell boosted, it spell boosts cards? Oh no, subtracts the cost, sorry. Has been spell boosted an odd number of times, subtract 1 from the cost of this card. So I kind of get it. So 1 spell boost would subtract 1. Once you get to 3, it subtracts another 4. 4 it wouldn't, then 5, and then, yeah, okay. I think I get how that works then. And then it's rush and strike, draw 2. Yeah, it's okay. It's an okay card by the looks of it. There we go, we got the Jupiter. We've got at least another 11 packs here to open. We saw at least 1 legendary there, which is alright. Again, really do like this pack design thing too. Very nice looking this time around. Alright, nothing in there we haven't already at least seen. I think the same for this. We should nearly have all bronze and silvers and at least 1 copies of. At this point, nice. Genesis artifact, that's a new one that I haven't seen yet. For at least 6 allied artifact cards with different names have been destroyed this match. Put 2 counter artifacts in your hand. Evolve, summon, and guard artifact and defense artifact. Okay, fair enough. I haven't played Portal for a bit. Maybe it's telling me to return to Portal one day. Nothing in those. Pretty blatant. What else have we got? Gold, sweet, I'll take it. A few more animated cards as well. Otherwise, I think we're just getting very similar stuff. Another great magician. I did get one of those early in the opening. Alright, we got 1 more pack. Oh, that's the aim. I got the Amy leader thing too. That's what that shiny thing was before. I just didn't realize it. How easy are leaders to get now, though? Like, is this just some insane luck that I'm completely overlooking, or have leaders become way easier to get because I've now got 3 out of this set? But I don't even know how many are in this set. Like, something doesn't feel right there to me. I'll be honest. I can take a look in a minute, I guess, and see how many leaders are in the set and what their pull rate stuff's like. I think that's what I'll do next. You just started playing last week. Oh, damn, man. Oh, damn. I started playing again a month ago, but like I had been playing for quite a long time before that. I took about a year and a half, a little bit more of that without touching Shadowverse. And before that, I'd played 3 years straight from like the 2nd set release. But this is like my first set after I've returned. And I'm like, I don't know what they've done to some of these rates and shit, though. So here we go. This gives us the leader cards. So we didn't get this. This is one of the forest ones. Actually would have been pretty sweet, because I do like her. Then we've got the Amy. So this was, yeah, the bronze alt art that I pulled. Alt art card. The alternate version of the Brilliant Fairy, got that as well, which is really nice. Didn't get the Ignis Dragon, I don't think. Which would have been nice. But I did get Dark Emperor, which is going to be pretty sweet. An alternate version, and he's animated, so that's even nicer, I guess. You played a little events in beta over time. Just return to play more. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. So I went and played Legends of Runeterra for about, I would say, 3 to 4 months. So that was a fun game, don't get me wrong. I really enjoyed that game, but I don't know. Just couldn't catch my attention long enough either. And I don't know how long I'll play Shadowverse again for. We'll see. I burnt out pretty badly after 3 years straight of playing. I mean, I got well over 1,000 videos on my YouTube channel that I had made raced around Shadowverse prior, so I'd burned out pretty bad when I was playing it before. Cool, so we opened exactly 60 packs, which honestly is on the low side. I've only been playing again a month, and I went from 0 to 60. They've definitely made packs easier to come by, because you used to spend about 3 months saving up to get just 100 packs. So getting packs seems to be easier. I can check draw rates, although that won't open on the screen here because it opens in a web page and I don't have that set up for that. So I'll take a quick look at what some of the pull rates on these were like, because, like, damn, man. 1 through 7 bronze to legendary. The legendaries have a 1.5% pull rate. It's actually not that bad. That's pretty acceptable. That's pretty okay. And then on the 8th card, it's the same, 1.5. So every single card in the set has a 1.5 rate. Okay. What? So the leader card ones, though, overall, right? So, like, pulling a legendary card in general is 1.5%, but pulling a leader card is a 0.05% chance, and we just pulled... we pulled 2 of them. We pulled 2 of them from the legendary stuff, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Brilliant Fairy and Dark Emperor. Then if I have to go down here, I have to go to bronze in this category here in a sec. No, oh, far out, man. So the legendary ones are actually way easier to get than the bronze one that I pulled. The bronze leader card has a pull rate of 0.03%, which only gives us, like, just over half the percent rate of a legendary alt-art pull rate. Jesus Christ. My luck? Apparently insane. That's how the shit goes today. 60 packs, 3 leaders. God knows how many legendaries. That's what we'll check next, I reckon, right now. So I do have to... Whoop, not decks. I do have to go through cards anyway and liquefy some shit, so that's probably what we're going to do. I'll dump extras shortly, because I actually want to see what we pulled. Calamity? Alright, cool. So what I will, when I click things correctly and not like an idiot, there we go. We'll click on Legendary here and we'll just take a look at those first, then I might go back and look at golds and shit. Okay, here we go. So, we pulled a decent chunk of Legendaries, honestly. For 60 packs, this is a pretty nice turnout. What do we got here? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we got 10. So 10 and 60. That's definitely better odds than I used to have. I used to average about 1 in 10. And we pulled... Apparently we pulled 2 alt-art Brilliant Fairies. I think. Because this is meant to come in 2 arts, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if there's a way to check... No, that's my what's the name thingy. I don't know if there's a way to check for the artwork on that, but I'm pretty sure that's the alt. Obviously, this is the alt, that's why we had the leaders. Sweet that this is actually animated as well. That's pretty dope. So 2 Brilliant Fairy and 2 Pursuer Golem. So we're not far off playsets of those, which is actually pretty good. And then it's just, you know, some other shit. I actually don't mind this one. This actually could be okay. I could make this work, I think. I want to look at the card. That's not the card one. Which one's the card one? There we go. So this thing, and the black. Can I look at the black? Here we go. Queen Magnus the Grateful. That should be alright. I can make that work in a deck. I wonder if Ignis is good with dragon buff. Maybe? Don't know. I haven't messed with any of the dragon stuff, let alone the anime stuff. I watched like 7 episodes of the anime, got bored, could not keep going with it. It was just too boring for me at the start. So we'll liquefy extras. We'll start there. How to liquefy the bulk of what I've got here. I need to actually filter through selected... Well, that's not what I want. How do I have to dump this? Yeah. Liquid cards, select cards. It's been a while. Filter, standard filter. I gotta do both Rescendant and Calamity sets and just dump extra things that I don't need. Probably actually going to be dumping animated cards that I've got like already playsets of, especially in Bronze and Silver, only because the vial difference is quite decent. And I don't have the benefit of not doing that at this stage. Because I don't have the vials or the cards to play much at the moment. Like, not much that I'm happy with. I think we got nearly every single bronze card in triplicate. Well, it's just a matter of everything else, I think. Which isn't too bad. I can just go through and dump pretty much everything I don't need here. And then if I find one that I really like, I might keep it, but... Oh, actually, I need those. Whoops. That gives me a playset of the gold. Anything that I need for a playset, we won't dump, but anything that I don't need, that I've already got 3 of, we can just dump away at this point. Which is fine. I don't like doing this, and I used to avoid doing this like the plague back in the day, because I didn't really need to. But having made a return to this game, I don't have that vials to make it work. I need to just dump anything that I haven't got 3 of in normal art. Because they're playable, it's just they don't look as nice. Really all it is. If I seriously have 2 of the alt arts of that, that's actually kind of mad. I'm going to look that up. Because, like, that just is even more ridiculous, honestly. And I'm actually more disappointed, because I would have liked to have pulled one of the others. Alternatively, it would have been nice. Golds are, of course, going to be something that we're going to struggle with. And I don't want to... Need that. I don't want to invest too much in our legendaries at this point, because I don't know what's going to be good or not yet. And that's a bit of a concern. I want to wait for the meta to settle for a week or so before I make any big moves, probably. I think it's fair. I think that's a fair thing to go through. So I'm going to bring up Shadow Portal here in front of me. Just so I can take a quick look about the alt arts from the set. Okay, of course that doesn't easily come up. Okay, Shadowverse Portal. I can... Alright, Brilliant Fairy is the very first one. Yeah, we got double alt arts of Brilliant Fairy. That's actually kind of crazy. That's actually kind of insane. Alright. That's... I don't have enough words. I'll be honest with you. I don't have enough words to express that right there. That was one of the new ones. The Shadow card, right? Cool. Alright. Dump that. So if I go through here and I go... Actually, I should have checked this first, actually. Because did I accidentally delete something I shouldn't have? I don't think so, but it's not impossible, right? Oh, no, it's an older card, isn't it? That's what it'll be. It'll be an older card that I probably didn't have, so let's just search her. Yeah, here it is. Star that real quick so I don't forget, because don't want to do that. Oh, she's a... Yeah, if I star her, yeah, I can't vial her anyway, which is fine. So, what's... Why is it that that comes up like that? Okay, either way. That's cool. We got her. That's the main thing here. Cool. So, I'm actually going to mess with that for a quick second. I should mess with it on my decks instead of in here, but... Like, we might actually change Mono out now to Dark Emperor for a bit. Got some of the others as well from the past, but... Shadow, I love Cerberus, but Amy's kind of good looking, you know? Amy's kind of got it going for her, you know? I'll take it. I'll take it. And what else do we get? Brilliant Fairy. This is actually one I'm happy about, because I'm not a fan of Arisa, and I was just using the other dude because I could. I do have Cora, but again, not a huge fan of her either, actually, so... Brilliant Fairy? Kind of fuck with that, man. Kind of fuck with the Brilliant Fairy art. That's really nice. I would have liked one for Sword, though. So we do have a new story. I'll take a quick look, because I don't know how much of this there actually is. Final loop. I'm not that interested in going through the whole storyline and reading everything at this point. It's probably going to be quite long, so I probably can't be bothered with that right now. We'll see. And what we might do is make a couple of adjustments to my unlimited forest deck, maybe. They changed the background art things too for the new ones, did they? Because that looks trippy as hell, mate. That deck can go, basically. I don't really care about that. I've got another Wrathblood deck here. Yeah, like, this is like that's part of the older ones, and they use the same design, I guess, for the older cards. And the older leader cards. And then, like, these are the new backs, and they're the ones from the set stuff. Interesting. I actually wouldn't mind building a deck that was more aggressive. This is just something I kind of whipped up based on aggression. And it does okay at Unlimited. It's not phenomenal, but it does the job. So maybe I could build something with some of the new Calamity cards here. For Forest in particular, not really anything else. Blast Fairy, put a fairy in your hand, deal X damage to me, follow X equals number of fairies in your hand. Okay, I don't mind that. Maybe I build a fairy storm deck. I can definitely see it doable, I just don't remember how many fairy cards there are. There used to be a lot of fairy cards. Like, put a fairy in your hand, then give the follow effects. Fanfare while this follow at the end of your turn, return this card to your hand. Like, that's pretty nice. Actually, I don't mind that. Effects. At the end of your turn, return this card to your hand. If that's given to the fairy, does that mean you can just endlessly play the fairy? Probably not, right? That seems like it'd be broken. Draw 4, deal 4 to random, do X equals number of cards drawn with this effect. That were destroyed instead of being added to the hand. Okay, so that's for overdraw. I get it, I get it. Fairy Pathfinder's okay. We've got a couple of Brilliant Fairies, so it's definitely playable if I wanted to do this. Don't know how I'd do it though. I'd probably just clear the deck nearly. Just create a new deck altogether and start it off the ground with fairies. I think that's the way to go about it. I got a QR image option now, actually. That's kind of cool. I kind of like that, man. QR. I was wondering why that more things don't use a QR setup to begin with, because they're very practical designs for stuff like that. So we'll just search fairy and see what comes up, because we should have quite a few cards. Like, we've got Fairy Circle, which I feel like if we're building a Fairy Rush deck, kind of mandatory. Water Fairy, because, you know, gives us a fairy. How many fairies can I hold in my hand before things kind of get stupid, right? We got Fairy Torrent, return allied follower, enhance 5, return all allied followers and amulets instead. It doesn't feel that bad, but it doesn't feel that good. This is another fairy generator. Thundercall Fairy, return allied follower and amulet to your hand, another return card. Don't really know what I want to do though with this deck, honestly. Change the cost of a fairy in your hand to 0. Could be viable. Could be viable, don't get me wrong. Blessed Fairy Dancer, give +1/+1 to allied followers until the end of the turn. Not really worth it. We basically want to flood our board with fairies, right? Whenever another follower evolves, put a fairy in your hand. Okay. Ward. Add X to this follower's attack. X equals the number of allied fairies that have been destroyed during this match. Why wouldn't I run a fairy dragon in a fairy deck? I don't know how this will go. This is just me kind of slapping something together. You know, it's got potential, and that's what matters, right? Whenever an allied fairy comes into play, give it +1/+1. At the end of your turn, if an allied trigger, please summon a fairy. So not really that beneficial to us, although I think beneficial enough we want to run it. Like, because we're not going the Churia route. Oh, like, I think we just go that. Put a fairy in your hand. If another trigger, put 2 fairies in your hand instead. Give them rush. Good. Maybe usable. Yeah, we'll throw it in. We'll throw it in. We don't need cards at this point, so why not? We'll throw it in. Sylvian Justice, just a pretty generic card. Deal X damage to all followers, excluding fairies and fairy wisps. X equals the number of other cards played this turn. Sure, we'll run at least 2, I think. Corrosive Thorns, summon a fairy. If at least 2 other cards are played this turn, summon 2 instead. Give all fairies Clash, deal 1 damage to enemy follower. Fuck yeah, man. Fuck yeah, man. It's going to be a low-cost deck, though. I'm actually a little concerned about that. In some ways. Destroy enemy follower and removes effects. No. Fanfare and last will put fairy in your hand. Sure. Sure. That seems okay, but it's a little high cost for a 6 cost for what we're doing. This one, that's just the basic one, right? During your turn, when allied follower evolves, 2 fairy wisps in your hand. Yeah, I don't really want fairy wisps as much, honestly. Fairy driver. Whenever an allied fairy comes into play, give it +1 in storm until the end of turn. Do like that card, actually. I've built a deck similar to this before in the past that was purely fairy based, and it can do the job. That's fairy wisp based, and I don't really care about it. Put a fairy wisp from fairy in your hand. Evolve, give you lead. Whenever an allied fairy comes into play, give it +1 rush. Last word, do 1 damage to the enemy leader. That's something I wouldn't mind running, actually, alongside the Brilliant Fairy here. Could see maybe that working. We're only 6 cards from finishing. Transform an enemy fall into a fairy. Put a fairy in your hand. Sure. That's actually going to be one of our bigger removal cards, I reckon, at this point. And then we might actually just run the Torrent card here. As a 3 of. We don't care about our curve, man. Our curve is irrelevant. We're just going to play a lot of cards, I think. That's going to be the goal here. This is going to be fairy, 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 you know? Fairy, 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 because there's a lot of fairies. Let's see. We'll see what it can do. I do have to play ranked, right? Although our ranked score should be 0 from reset anyway, so I don't really give a shit. Yeah, ranked matches. Alright, cool. Let's try it, you know, fairies. Just a lot of fairies. We're gonna play fairies. With our new leader, who's also a fairy. And we got 2 alt-arts off for no good reason. Oh, I can't believe we pulled 3 of the leader cards and the hardest leader card, apparently, according to statistics, to get. When our pull rate is lower than the legendary pull rate on the alt-arts. Ooh, this feels like a start. This feels like a start. We might just go this way. Blood's gonna be really awkward, I think. And of course we get both our Brilliant Fairies in our opener, which is, I don't think ideal, honestly. I just don't feel that's ideal. I would like to play this and use it, but that doesn't feel great. So we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait a turn, because we can Fairy Wisp, get 2 in our hand. Then when we play that, we're gonna have 3, which will allow us to kill something, basically. And given this is probably a Wrath Blood deck, I would assume Florus is our best target. Plus, we can kind of set up with this for next turn, and then we can Brilliant Fairy on the following turn, right? Play this turn. Although, we do need to... Better off playing that on turn 6, I guess, aren't we, actually? So, we're kind of going to hold off a bit, I guess. Yes, that's the case. Deal X damage, X equals... Yeah, we're not really interested in using that. So we use this. We'll get rid of that immediately. I think we can just go all in on fairies and just keep swinging as much as possible. This is kind of a mediocre card because it has no attack. I do like it as removal though, so I don't know. We can still play like these together to do like 4 damage if we want. Sounds okay. Okay, that's not the worst situation to be in right now. Might use that. That'll give us another fairy. I don't really have another way to get fairies in my hands now, do I? Not really. I suppose I just play one, and then I have Fairy Whisper that I can use. For turn 5. We just put them in Vengeance, which honestly I think that was a mistake. I shouldn't have done that. But I mean, it's blood. They can put themselves in Vengeance basically however they want. Okay, okay. I don't know what this does, because I haven't seen it before. Ah! That's what that does. Fair enough. Fair enough. Do I just want to transform that so it doesn't give it a last word effect? Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. Cool. I think that's what I want to do. Stay turn, draw 3 cards. Yeah. Sure. I don't really know what I want to do, so that's what we're going to do. Now I could play 2 fairies and play this, and that'll get us pretty close, I think. Because one fairy will be 5 and the other will be 2, so we're just short. Ideally, if I could hold off another turn, I might be right. Or if they kill themselves enough, that would be the other option, I guess. 8. I think we're going to be one off, honestly. A little disappointing. And that ward kind of does shut me down, so... How do I do this in the best way possible? I can play this, play another thing, play Aria, but that'll only deal 2. Which isn't enough to wipe out what I want to wipe out here. I want to wipe out everything, ideally. Which means I need to get it to at least 4 cards played. Which... It's doable, but it's bad, right? It's not quite doable. I'd have to do it to 3 cards. 1. Yeah. Damn it. 2, 3. Aria. Oh, because it doesn't... That's right, it won't hit fairies, so I couldn't hit this fairy no matter what. And that was... Yeah, that's a play. Sure. Isn't going to go very well. Unless I get another white 1-cost spell or something. Even then now, that kind of cripples me. Okay. We're learning, you know, learning slow. Maybe I could have done that better. Wrath's Blood is just such a good deck with its healing and stuff. It's always a pain for me to deal with when I play against it. And when I play it, it's still a very good deck. Especially if you get this kind of setup here, which is pretty ideal. Like, this is almost perfect that you'd want for this deck. So I can go with this whenever my fairy comes and play, give it +1. Unfortunately, a little late, honestly. Because it's not really going to be enough here on its own. If I had have had, like, this setup with more fairies, it would have been okay. But we're just dead no matter what, so... Unfortunate. I don't know what I expect to do with this deck, honestly, too much. Looks like we're skipping frames. Oh, I think I know what's causing that, actually. Hopefully that fixes any issues we're having. Yeah, looks better now. Cool. Got to turn something off, that's all. That was running in the background. Try this fairy deck again. I do have to do like 3 missions with Forest or I think Shadow, so you know. Yeah, no. I'm also thinking of streaming New World tomorrow. I haven't really decided on that fact yet. If I don't do that, like New World tomorrow, I may do Shadowverse and then I'll play New World after, and I may stream that as well and just do both anyway. I may just do that, honestly. That's in my considerations for tomorrow. New World's going to be a super oversaturated game for streamers though, no doubt, so it's just because I want to, you know, kind of just grind the game, and I'm mostly interested in its crafting and harvesting side of things. I like that about that game quite a bit. Combat is neither here nor there for me. It's really the fact that, like, maybe I could get really good at the crafting elements and have quite fun with it. Alright, cool. That'll give me a fairy. That'll give me a fairy. Really, it's the fact that this just has good stats. Like 3-1 on a 2-drop is actually decent-ish removal a lot of the time here. That's actually removal for that. Okay. Don't know what I want to do. Probably just want to do that and just hold on to these fairies. Not ideal, but it'll do. I really don't know what I want ideally for this deck. I'm just kind of playing it how I think it should be played. But at the same time, it's probably not super optimal either. I'm sure there's a better way to run this deck overall. Fairy Driver used to be an interesting lethally type card though, so I mean, it's got some viability to it. But we'll do that. I'm not going to get to return that, so we're just going to do that. Just to off it. We'll go face as much as possible, I guess. Kind of build our board up. We'll go Corrosive Thorns as well. Give all allied fairies clash, deal 1 damage to the enemy follower. Unfortunately, Rune doesn't feel like the best matchup because I need to go fast. And going fast isn't something I want to do here. Plus, that's really going to wipe my board if they want to, right? I don't know if they can do it and get the bonus out of it, but they could at least do it and wipe my board. If they don't do it now, they're going to miss out on a lot. Yeah.
Don't underestimate me.
Okay.
You're done for.
I wonder why it skips over this.
Truth and taboo.
Like, why'd it miss this?
In my eyes.
Oh, because they didn't have enough spells played. That's what it was. I forgot that's not a hit everything thing. It's a hit certain things thing. Alright, we'll do that. We'll do this.
Make yourself useful.
Can't get the damage high enough on its own. Can't get the damage high enough on its own. And I can't hold off long enough that it's going to matter. So do I prioritize damage because I'm losing this probably no matter what? I think I do. I think I prioritize my damage here. We get them down to 7, which means when I play this with an Evo point, we can get, I think, exactly 7 damage, right, next turn. Just need to not hit a ward and not see healing.
Make a good test subject. It won't be long now.
We'll see, we'll see. I think that's gonna, like, we got the potential to lethal here, right? Alright, things are looking okay. With 1 play point, they can't do a lot here unless they got the most insane hand you've ever seen. If they leave this fairy up, that's actually ideal, but okay. So I think I have lethal. Keyword is think. So if I play both of these and then Brilliant Fairy, then we boost one of the fairies. Gets up a boost. They all get boosted. And then we Evo 1 fairy and it gives us exactly 7 damage. Alright, cool. So it was definitely the right choice. So this just gives us a 7 storm reach with Evo point, which isn't bad. Not as nice as my sword deck that has, you know, stupid amount of reach for a 2-card combo. But it's not the worst. Plus, you've got other cards that support this kind of archetype pretty nicely, like Fairy Driver. So you can also play Fairy Driver plus 3 fairies and get a decent Stormburst out of it. I think that'll actually let you do 8, right? Because, oh no, I think a Fairy Driver is actually also the same cost, right? So you won't get, you'll get the 6, right, burst out of it if you play 2 fairies on 6.
Have you heard the music of the
You just have to play them in the opposite orders, which is something to always remember.
Beat it, small fry.
Aerial Whirlwind, Fairy Torrent, and Avatar of Rotation. Yeah, we'll go that way and we'll see what I get. Water Fairy and Fairy Circle, nice. The real thing is that I don't have enough play points to play what I want to play everything all the time, and since this is such a quick mode, you really don't have that many choices. Like, this is going to be rough because this is Rune, and I have trouble dealing with that, but when LA Fairy comes into play, give it +1/+1. If I can stick Blossom Spirit to the board here, I'm actually going to be fairly happy. Alright. I can do that, potentially. Or do I just go for this now? I think I just go for this. Alright, we'll see what I can do. I've got a plan for next turn. It's going to be this plus 2 fairies, which just kind of widens my board. And doesn't really give them anything directly they might want to target. Okay. So we'll do that, and we'll go for a fairy. Sorry, I forgot this was that was going to do that to me, because I thought we're on turn 3. So I'll play a fairy with it. That gives them a target for their burn here. And if they don't, I'm just going to expand my forces with fairies. Definitely didn't play that entirely correctly, honestly. So that's definitely more my fault than anything else. That's cool. So the more fairies that get destroyed now, the more benefits I get. I think I go this. Generate a fairy. Play a fairy. Evo this fairy for damage because we're behind on a lot of damage right now. I'll try and take them out down to 15. That can bring them down to potentially an 11 on the next turn. And then it's really just a matter of getting what I need in my hand. Because we're definitely in a bad spot here since they went first. If I went first, we'd be in a much better position, but them going first, really not good. Interesting, actually. Does that mean they want to use a 1 damage ping on this? I mean, fair, but Damn. Very drive, I could absorb some damage, actually. Oh. Or, you know, just have, like, Twin Blade Mage up your sleeve and just throw it at me in my face. Because you're running Storm Rune that I can't deal with. We got Fairy Torrent. I don't want to use that in the way that I'm thinking of using it, so it's probably not what I'm going to do. That's for destroyed fairies, right? Which isn't really that beneficial to me. Without suiciding a fairy right now. Guess that's what I do, though. So I can do this. And I can Fairy Torrent that away. God, that's not what Fairy Torrent does. Wrong card. I need to find my other card. That's still fine. It's just really bad. Put more fairies in my hand. But that just seems counterproductive now. So, Fairy Dragon. I can't believe I made that mistake. For some reason, I was thinking... of the other card. And I need to swap it out now. Fuck's sake. I was thinking of the damage card. Not the healing card. Which is a completely different card, and I should have realized that. The thing is Airbound Barrage. Thinking back on it. So entirely my mistake. This is also an incredibly bad matchup for me right now. Because they're just going to push a massive amount of damage relatively quickly, and I'm not going to be able to deal with it. Evo gets over that, then they deal 7, and I'm basically dead. Because there shouldn't be anything I can really follow up with here that makes a difference. Alright, well, we'll throw that away. I'll fix the deck real quick, because that's not what the deck's meant to be. I believe I have to go back. Alright. I can edit from wherever, but we'll go here. Edit deck. Let's take that out. We'll throw in the right card for once. You know, mistakes happen. Such is life. Wrong card. Wrong card. Forest spell. That's what I want. Oh, I should just run them as what's names. Do we run that one? We'll run the archer. You know, we'll run the archer one. I have a few variants of it. There we go. That would have made a decent chunk of difference too. Alright. See what this deck can do this time. I don't consider this any kind of viable deck, it's just I thought fairies could be fun, so we're playing fairies. Fairies. That's all I got to say is fairies in big sparkly letters across the screen, you know, fairies. I actually hold this. I can work with this hand for the moment. Turn 1's looking to be a fairy circle, which since we're going first, yeah, it's okay. Turn 2, Fairy Whispers. Turn 3, that's where things are really kind of up in the air on what I want to do. I can Fairy Whispers generate more fairies, then I can Airbound Barrage it back if they don't kill it immediately. Take my chances, I guess. Usually Dragon wants to ramp on turn 2, so we'll see if that's what they're doing. Otherwise, I can return it with this if they play something that doesn't immediately kill this. Alright, they're going to ramp, which is a fair play. Another Airbound Barrage, we'll go for Waltz. Just to generate even more fairies. Wish you could order your hand, because it's just Airbound Fairy, 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 Airbound Fairy. That's actually 2 fairies in disguise. Alright, what are we doing next? Alright, Whirlwind, okay. Well, now it's summon a bunch of fairies. Did someone say fairies? Staring down the barrel of my glowing fairies. Fair enough. This card's actually kind of nutty when you think about it. Honestly. Especially when, yeah, you got something like Altered Fate. Like, damn, man. That's kind of crazy. Now, give me a fairy. And it heals on strike. That's what I think really tips that card over the edge for me. For me personally, you know? For me personally. So we'll hit for 1. We'll Airbound Barrage that back to my hand while killing that. See, this is what I meant to do. I meant to play fun cards that are good. Not bad cards that are bad. Pharaoh's Bar gets us up to 9. Then I'll just play a fairy. If I'm not dead next turn, which is a real possibility against Dragon, this is actually going to be pretty good. I mean, look at this. Who doesn't want to fight multiple fairies all at once? Who doesn't want that? Okay, that's not promising. Between Dragon's Ramp and their ability to discard their hand, it's always worrying on every single level. If they can discard their hand, I'm always concerned. What do I want to draw? I want to draw my good cards. I say that like I have a choice because I've now clogged my board with fairies that are like just smacking face repeatedly. I don't even know what I'm meant to do with this hand now, actually. I mean, the only thing that dies from Aria would be this. Oh, nice, nice. Okay, fair enough. I'm dead next turn. Give away LA Fairies Clash, deal 1 damage to an enemy follower. Not really doing anything. Not really doing jack shit, honestly. Sure. Fairy. What did I actually need here? Just kind of anything that I could have done instead of, like, if they played something I could actually ram something into would have been better in general if I got a better card. Cards will play this turn, summon 2 instead. I can't even, like, summon fairies and take advantage of them because there's nothing to use here. Unless I'm just gonna play it. Fuck it. And give them all Clash. Give all my fairies Clash. And I could play this. You clog up my hand really bad. That was a terrible decision, so let's dump that. Clean that out. Play the Water Fairy. Rats and Magic the Gathering. Yeah. Kind of feels like that, doesn't it? I just have a hand of 6 fairies. I'm also dead because this thing always has Storm and annoys me because I don't know where it gets Storm from. And it has to be one of the cards that pulls it from the deck. It's the only thing I can think of, right? Gives whatever it is Storm, because by default that only has Rush, not Storm. Well, we put on a good display of fairies, but we didn't really have anything else in that hand. I also just kind of wanted to play with the new leader, and this is kind of okay. If this continues to go the way it's going, I may just run my other deck, which is basically just a Storm Push deck, and that's kind of fine. Also, yeah, this is the new arena, guys. Welcome to the new arena. This is Shadowverse TV, who we're now playing right here, you know. Welcome to the arena. Some anime level shit right here. I haven't even played the Switch game. I really want to kind of do that. Hey, buff Dragon Stranded more broken. I stake RNG for us now. Damn, man. That's kind of good, I guess. Although Dragon is kind of fucking just expensive deck typically, so.
A precious life deserves a more jewels more.
I can definitely see Dragon being alright, though. Dragon's usually a decent deck to begin with. I hate this because I can't kill it. And I can't kill it, then it's going to sit on my board and annoy me. I got Corrosive Thorns. This is actually a really bad matchup for me right now. Because, like, if they start off with a hand like this, there's just nothing I can do about it. Like, they're going to hit me like that. They're going to summon a Florist from their deck. They're almost ready to activate their Wrath, which is just crippling, and now I have to deal with it. Well, we can justice that so it's not at least getting that, you know, stupid healing bullshit coming at me. And we can just go face, slowly. Slow and steady to face with fairies. Could be worse, I'll be honest with you. Could be worse. Oh, that's cool. Dun 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 dun. What happens if I... Oh, yes! You can change the screen to like a... Looks like a Death Stab almost, actually. Oh, there's more different ones. Fruit. What else? Ah, yes. I love it. Okay, okay. Yeah, I see what's going on here. I wish it had like an evolve, honestly. That's kind of what this card feels like it needed, was an evolve effect. Because, like, you only get to give +1 to others unless you played 2 cards, and that's... I feel like then I have to make it 0 cost, but then it's only boosting allied fairies? I don't think that counts, like... It won't count the fairy wisps and shit, so... I think that's how that works. Not 100%. Pretty sure that's the case. How do I do this? Could give all my fairies Clash. Fuck, that sounds dumb when I say it out loud. The problem is that I can't do it effectively in the way that I want to. A bit disappointing. I would have to Evo this, ram it, then like attack with this, then have a bunch of fairies on my board. Which, now that I say it out loud, doesn't sound like the worst plan in the world. I could also just ram a weak fairy, right? So I can suicide that, evolve this. I'm gonna run out of time at this rate because I hate Evo animations. We'll send this, then do this. Alright. That's what we're doing. I don't think it was a good play, but it's a play. I was tempted to go Fairy Drive or Evo and just Evo over it and then force the Florist to trade into it, but that wouldn't really establish any more board. And I want to try and keep at least 2 fairies on my board at all times with my setup to go into Brilliant. It's going to cost me probably the game because this can hit me for 7 and I can't answer it easily. It's really going to cost me a little bit here to answer that. That's kind of annoying. Alright. Well, I'm probably dead because I only need 2 damage to kill me and that's pretty easily in that deck. Yep. There it is. Razor. Ah, such is my life, mate. Such is my life, hey? Alright, we're gonna go back to my older deck, which is just basically a Storm Rush deck. It's okay. It got me through most of my challenges. It's not the best deck either, but it's not as incompetent as that Fairy deck, because the Fairy deck's just too slow. I'd need to find a way to make everything like 0 cost and just make them way quicker. I need to be able to get like 4 0-cost fairies in my hand. Play them all on, get it all done by turn 4, and then just play them all. And send them all to face. For a stupid amount of damage. Drop the May. We'll hold on to the Lizard. This follows a very similar principle to my Sword deck, honestly. Very similar like clutch engine with the neutral followers, and then just like storm-based stuff for Forest and some removal cards to get over some wards that are a problem. That's really all it is. Like, May is only in here because, you know, you can play 4 cards in this deck occasionally, and that's good. Don't know how this matchup will go, though, because artifacts are a rough one to play against, typically. Since, you know, artifacts can just rush you real fast. Especially with that, you know, double focus. Yeah, fuck me, I guess. Oh, look at that. Look how many cards they just drew for that turn with double focus. Like, holy shit, mate. You gotta be kidding me. Ugh. Pull out all the Australian lingo for that play. Ugh. Alright. Biofab. Fair play. Fair play. I'm probably gonna die because, you know, stupid bullshit like Acceleradium, which just gives rush and recovers the play point. So you can just play infinite artifacts out of your deck. Oh, now you can just, yeah, you can play every artifact under the sun, mate. Go for it. Like, these are the only plays I don't like, right? These sort of shit. This sort of shit. This sort of shit. Honestly, against this deck, that's not as big a deal, but in general, kind of annoying. Kind of a dick move, in my opinion. Kind of a dick move. This is really just a ward. It's really not doing anything on its own. So we might go this. Go this. Evo that. Not because I want the extra damage, but because I want a bigger body on it. That's kind of annoying. Because it's only doing 3 anyway. I just want a bigger body on it. Because they're just going to kind of rush me with these artifacts anyway. So, okay. That's way more unfair than I thought that was. Holy fuck. Remove effects on all other followers except changes to their attack and defense. That's gonna be great. I swear to God. Guess I could do this if I want, right? Could also play that, but I don't think it's worth it yet. So we'll go this. We'll go If I go May, Roach. Did I just play the May so it's on board? I think so. Because that boosts Rhino Roach up to 3. Means I can hit face with it. For 3 damage, exactly. And then I can just pop that. Which actually gets me another May in hand. And I can actually just Evo this May here. Mainly for board presence. Mainly for board presence, but I think that's fine. So we're sitting on 10 damage total, which threatens lethal, but they got basically infinite removal in this, since they can just keep ramming artifacts into me as much as they want, as long as they have them. Also, Ewan is kind of actually stupid, as a, like... Pretty sure, does it heal as well? Yeah, I think it heals, right? Okay. I think it's just dealing damage, right? So if it's just dealing damage, yeah, it's like, damn, man. You just get to deal damage to me like that? Along with remove everything I have? Thanks. The only real bonus I've got here is I do have Rhino Roach, which means if I can get another, like, return card, there is a potential to stack some cards here and do some damage. Especially if one of these stick. Because Roach Evo does 3. If I can return it and replay it, I can do another 3. So that's 6. If I can do just one more card play outside of that, which should be possible, I could potentially just game them, but they're not going to let me stick anything, so I really am banking hard on just having the play here. Because that Ewan just kills us immediately. I wish this was at the start of your turn, not start of your opponent's turn. I have been tempted to build this deck, honestly, and learn to play it, because it is kind of crazy. Always with that amulet, mate. Every game I've played ever against Portal, right? Whenever they need this amulet, they always have it. Which, I mean, they go through nearly their entire deck, so fair play to you, but fuck me, mate. Give me a break, is what I'm saying. Really no bonus to this, so fuck it. There's nothing I can do here that's actually going to make a difference, because they have everything they need, and I don't. So let's just sit on it and wait out the turn. Also, this has 4. Why does it have 4? What's going on? Oh, if there's any artifacts in your hand, it goes up to 4, that's right. Forgot. Now they've activated the healing, so this match is a complete loss. Even just one heal here makes a huge difference when they got 4 turns of amulet. So it just negates an entire attack, no matter my stats. Which is just devastating to deal with that. Honestly, not a matchup I wanted to play against. The matchups you want, typically, are things like Rune, because Rune takes a little bit to get more set up than that. And unless they've got, like, the perfect hand, you actually have a decent chance. Forest could be interesting too, but they usually have that legendary that can just kill you on 6, and that's kind of devastating as well. Cactus Cowboy, I do like that card. We'll actually hold this. This isn't the worst possible hand for me to play. And I'm playing a very suboptimal deck, to be fair, so I shouldn't have high hopes for this. I'm basically just banking on being able to just get enough face damage in. Alright, a useless heal in the end. I don't really have a play other than dropping this, though, so we'll do it. Means that if they do play something with Storm that's reasonably weak, it is basically not going to kill anything. So that's okay. Could throw up a ward here, which is probably what I should do. And we'll just out that and go face. Because this actually has the Evo -2 to an enemy follower, so it's not the worst play. What are they doing though? They're just setting up a bunch of amulets, because that's a bunch of trees, which is a bit worrying. Could go for it here if I want, but what's the worthwhile thing to go for? Probably this one for now. I'm gonna go this, only because, well, I could play the other one that gives me the Evo here. I think I want damage primarily, because I do have the potential just to play this for another Storm. I think is very good here. Right, Legendary Elf Queen of Ambient Life. Abundant Life, sorry, is it? Yeah, so this does X equals number of cards in your hand. So that's just a lot of damage, which is kind of a pain. Alright, we get 2 damage to face off that. Carbuncle, maybe? Evolve, restore 2 defense to your leader. Recovers 2 play points. That doesn't seem like the worst. It's actually, no, this is actually fine, now that I think about it. Because it gets the buff. I get the extra play points here, which will let me actually play this out. So I can actually use that to get over it and just sit on this board for the moment. And this would be good on turn 9, but it should be okay next turn where we're going to get 2 of it, so we can do actually 6 damage with it on its own. Okay, what am I concerned about here? Are they gaining fucking play points back off every single one of those plays? Are you joking? During a turn when an allied amulet comes into play, recover 1 play point. During a turn when an allied amulet leaves play, randomly summon each of these amulets that you can be summoned only once. So how's that? Oh, well, they 0 cost. They have to be 0 cost, right? They'd have to be. Oh no, I think they were playing them and recovering their own play point, right? So looping them, you get 2 play points. So you're spending 1, gaining 1. That's what they're doing. Basically allows them to go infinite here. For as long as they got amulets, they can just keep doing this. Which I also think lets them actually lethal me from 20. Which is a pain in my ass. I've been killed by this before. Because this legendary just lets you infinitely generate that as long as you got materia. And then you got this shit, which just lets you play them nearly for free, right? And lets you do shit tons of damage. So we actually had a really good setup there, a really nice board, and we just got shot on from hand through that one combo play. That's got to be the worst feeling, is when just from hand, there's nothing you can do. It nearly doesn't matter what you put up there. If you put a ward there, it's not even the biggest deal for them. They can just continue to generate mana and find an out by drawing cards. And you kind of just sit there and take it. Kind of feels bad, but you know, such is life. Dragon, probably not good. We just double drew Roach. Damn it. I really don't like playing Forest, I'll be straight. Maybe I try Shadow after this. So that's going to be an option. I can play Shadow as well. Basically got the neutral lineup start, which I'm okay with. Like that, into the Vagabond Lizard, into probably Roach, honestly. Immediately. So now I gotta trade into that, and that sucks. Only because I can't let them have it. can't let them have that card, you know? We've made barely any progress. I mean, we did have pack opening and stuff. Barely any progress in an hour with this so far. Actually, yeah, no, we'll go Lizard and then we'll go Steed and we'll go Face. This is looking to be a very good hand, honestly. The Roach, if all these boosts can be stacked up real nicely, could be huge. Huge damage burst next turn. Okay, so they're going to use that, which I think is their out to this, right? Or most of it. So it does deal 2, then does that. How do I want to do this, then? I think I just want to play the Roach. Get it boosted up. Evo this for 9 damage. Which then lets me play... I could just use this. Banish enemy follow with 1 defense. That's what I should do, right? I should have done that and played this and got like 1 extra damage out instead. I was trying to think of the dodged detective or whatever. Or dogged detective? I don't know. Whatever this thing is, you know. I think it's dodged. Then I could have... I was thinking of doing that instead of this. But if I had realized doing this was just better, I should have done it the other way around and made that 5 for damage.
That's enough. This is over.
I mean, I guess they assume I have Storm anyway, but... Or they just couldn't have these. It's fine with me either way, I guess. It's a win. It's a win. That's what we wanted. So we only need 1 more, I think, to finish the Forest Challenge, and then we're good. Good start, you know? Good start. That also does do our daily gem stuff, so we get the extra 400 resource stuff, so we can get temporary cards. which would let me basically get temporary legendaries from things that I'm missing, mostly, since you only get one, but one is enough to fill out playsets of things. Alright, what are they going to do to me this time? Here we go. Oh, did the Dark Emperor, yeah? Yep, he got lucky as well. Did he get what's it called?
You dare to defy the shadows?
Brain. Work. One day work, brain. Did he get the alternate art, obviously, because he got that, but did he get it in the foil, you know, the fucking, I forgot what it's called. Why am I forgetting what it's called? Animated. Did he get it animated? Real question. Alright, we got there. We got there. My brain's high level functioning right now, you know? 100 miles an hour running. We got there eventually. We'll think about it. Alright. Draw a card. For these other two cards, play this turn. Draw 2 instead. Union Burst. Give +1/+1 to all ally followers. Restore 3 of them to your leader. Yeah, right. Not getting that. We're just going to play this. Since this deck really isn't set up to take advantage of Grimnir, I'm just using Grimnir as a ward. Which seems dumb, to be honest. It's also not bad on turn 7, but, like, we're not hoping to get to turn 7 that late. What are they going for here? I don't think they could do enough damage to themselves quick enough, right? They only did 3 with Dark Contract. They need a 0 cost thing. Yeah, okay, there it is. Honestly, Dark Contract seems really good, and I can't wait to include it in my Blood deck. I'm going to upgrade that Blood deck to what it needs, and then it'll be absolutely awesome. So this actually banishes, right? Which means we can actually negate that here. No, sorry, this is the one that decreases things. The other one's the banisher. So we can't do anything about that right now. Okay. How do I do this? I could just Roach, hit face, airbound it. That doesn't really negate much, though, in damage, which is a bit disappointing. Yeah, there's not a lot here that's any good to do. So I'll hit that. I'll play the Roach. I want to get rid of that no matter what, honestly. So we'll do that. And then we'll airbound this and let them have 3. Basically, the 3 I just dealt, they're going to get back. So we go neutral there, 0. So we just removed it for, effectively, the cost of that turn. Not the best play, but it worked. We got the removal. This thing can actually be quite good as well. Because you can use any of those booster cards we played earlier, neutrals, and this thing gets a free Evo. Ah! Okay. Yeah, I see. Fucking this card, mate. Devilish Devo is such a good card. It sets you up for whatever the fuck you want, and heals 5 when it does. And now they're going to minimize the damage it takes, so it's harder for me to kill. Great. I love it. I love when I get fucked by something like this. They get a Florist, they get a Ward because they don't get fucked by RNG like I do when I have this kind of setup. We can -2 attack off something, which we'll probably do off the Ward. No, we do it off the other one. Yeah, we do it that way. Yeah. We do this, we Evo it, we -2 attack off that. I got the play in my head. I know what I'm doing. Then we play the Detective because it's a free Evo play. Now we can trade that over that, and that can actually trade into the 3-1. Creating a situation where we've just removed their biggest cards, and they're only really dealing with the Florist play. Which, to be honest, can probably just kill us, because we're on 12 health, we've taken a fair bit of damage. But, my options were heavily limited. So, we wiped out the majority of what we could. That's what was important. They probably just have lethal, because they only need 4 damage, right? 4 damage? Yeah. Which is not hard in a Blood deck. Alright, you know, just have another Diva. Just have another Diva play. That's an immediate 3 damage. Oh my god. And gift. There it is. Alright. Wrathblood really did just get better. The extra draw card is actually kind of nutty. Because, like, that's the one thing that you're kind of missing is, like, really, really good draw power. Don't know where I'd slot it in, though. Would you dump the prison? I feel like dumping the prison would be the way to do it. Because you could dump prison, which was a 3-cost card, and it had basically the same effect for the other card, which would do basically the same thing, because it pings you individually twice. So you would take the 2 damage from the draw 2, but you get the immediate draw 2, instead of having to play prison. I think that's what you do in that Blood deck. Because the prison obviously being an amulet that has to stick on the board. Although the prison does have, like, it pings you more for later, like, and draws you more cards later. You can only get the immediate draw 2 in the first turn, but you also don't get to use one of those draws. So I don't know. I feel like it could definitely take prison's place, though, for sure. Dang. Alright. What can we do with this? That's nothing. Just trying to write a message to my sister who bloody messaged me. I really don't like this hand. Try and draw a card here. Got another May. Okay, really not doing anything for me. Kinda disappointed. Kinda disappointed. Alright. Honestly, we only need one more win with this, then I'll swap off it and I'll play something else. I might actually adjust my what's the name deck. My blood deck. Since I now have the vials to make at least a couple of changes I wanted to make to it originally that I didn't have before. I wanted to put in the other gold card that I didn't have, the 2 cost one, the fucking, what's it called? Forgot what it's called. But it's very, very good, and I want to put that in instead of what I've got in there at the moment. Oh, these are cards, okay. Okay. Cactus. Straight into that. I can't really go face, so I'll just sit on it. Roach is looking mighty fine. That's a ward, though. Arch nemesis of rush decks. Can't go Carbuncle, I guess. I forgot that just hits me for 1 every single time, right? Fuck's sake. Alright, how do I do this? I have enough to go Roach, Steed. Could also just use this. Lower it by 2. And then beat over it. It's annoying, but it's doable. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. So I'll Roach. Get all these boosts on Roach. Immediately. Dutiful Steed, and then this. Because then I can activate it, lower the attack on this. Even though I could beat over it already. I should have... No, I think that's what I want to do, because I want to limit how much damage it's going to take. Then I can just kind of go face for 6 and end. This is really bad, because I don't have a follow-up play. Like, there's just nothing in this hand that's doing anything next turn. Might just try Shadow after this, honestly. I really wish I had good decks. There's some really nice decks out there, like this Forest deck I would actually kind of like to play, because it's a fun-looking deck. Can you play using its Accelerate effect for the second time? God, yeah. Like, I really like this deck. I really like the Wraithblood, like, complete deck, and mine wasn't quite there. My Rune deck's fine, honestly. What's the other deck that I really liked? I like a lot of the Elena Haven decks, honestly, but I don't know. Stormhaven, not so much. There's quite a few decks. There's quite a few decks I like. Quite a few. Just trying to think of them. It's kind of annoying. We'll go Carbuncle. That'll recover us play points. Which means I can play the Steed plus the Dogged, and that gets a decent chunk of damage on the board. Plus Carbuncles are now in our deck, so that's okay. I just wish that these Mays were going to be more usable in this deck. They're just not. Honestly. And I'm dead. I'm not even going to try against that, honestly. It takes very little for them to just kill me from here. And I have no resources to do anything about it. Alright, so I'll check what I've got to do, because I'm pretty sure I'm only going to be missing the... What's it called? Yeah, the 1, and I can do Shadow. So we'll take the old Atomy Shadow deck, which also has a new leader, so why not? For a spin. This is more of the classic Atomy deck that I haven't really made any changes with. I'm fine with just kind of abusing it. And then I just kind of need to knock out these other challenges, honestly. God, he looks like a psycho, by the way. Just throwing that out there. That guy's a psycho-looking guy. Absolutely insane. Alright, Shadow Amy,
Another night,
second.
another rupee. Am I right?
Not really what I want going against Portal with this deck. This is like very old, so this deck has nothing that standard Atomy runs these days, really. Outside of Atomy himself. Like, there's a lot of amulets now that deck runs that just aren't in this deck because they didn't exist back when I was playing. I really need a couple of low-cost cards. That's definitely doable if I stick this. If this sticks to my board for like 2 turns, I'm good. Which is a lot to ask, I know, but even if it doesn't, honestly, we should be okay. So, since I only need 1 follower to stick, I'll put a Throth down. Just throw a Throth on the board, you know, he just kind of just sits there and does its thing. Because if they don't out this, which I can just hope that's the case, I can play the Mecha Wing Fount and then that, which, there goes my hopes, mate. There goes my hopes, you know? Oh, maybe not. My hopes are still here. They're intact. It's a miracle.
On the leaves of the Ishad tree.
Problem is, if they start just generating artifacts here, since this deck doesn't really do what other decks normally do, there's really not a lot that matters. Because all I do is drop Atomy real quick and then hope that it sticks. There's no, like, none of the good amulet shit that Shadow is known for now, apparently. At least every Atomy deck I've played against has a really nice amulet lineup. Mine's just kind of like, yep, there's an Atomy on board. Deal with it. Alright, they're just going to sit on that, which is fine for me, actually. I quite like that. Should I go with this? It doesn't feel the worst. I've already got the Throth here, which isn't live. Yeah, we'll just go for this. So I can evolve that, get over that, and deal 8. And we're sitting on another Atomy here, alright, which honestly I can pretty easily follow up with next turn, I guess. And there's no point in trying to drop another Atomy and having to wipe my board. The problem now is they can kind of just spam artifacts at me if they've got the cards to do so. And I can't really have a say about it. And with Bifurcation, just throwing more artifacts in their deck, that's going to be really hard. Like, look at this. This is already 7 damage to my thing. There's the ward. There goes Atomy. Oh, and Focus. Alright, yep. I see how it is. Watch them just get every single card they could possibly want in their hand and just completely destroy me. Like, oh my god, man. I definitely should look at building this deck. I just don't know what's required. Be interesting to see what the rotation format's at after this, though. In general. Like, after this expansion. Like, look at this. Look how many artifacts they just played against me right away on turn 5. Absolutely disgusting. The amount of things that this can generate and play is kind of not okay at all. So now I need to deal with the ward artifact, which I hate dealing with, by the way, and the rest of these artifacts. I actually don't think I have a deck. I think Blood. I think Blood is okay against this. Rune is like 30% to me, which is bad. Putting a Trigger Tree into your hand. I could do that. What do I want to play? So I can do a couple of things here, and I don't know which way I want to do it. I think I'll play that. That's nowhere near ready, so that's not happening anyway. We'll go with this play. We'll go for the Atomy play, and then I'll just Evo. Whatever comes out of it. I'll just Evo this and get over the ward. Which spreads out my stats a bit. New build for Shadow? God knows, honestly. God knows what'll be the new build for Shadow. I don't even know what new cards came for Shadow, because like I have mentioned once before, a few times before this stream now I think, I didn't look at a single card for this set when it was coming out. I also don't play Shadow as anywhere near a main deck. I only have a rough idea on what I've played against this season, this last season. I can see Unlimited still sticking to like Atomy Shadows and Last Word Shadows because they have a lot of power. But I don't really know what will be coming to Rotations Shadow decks. They were last word before, but it really depends on how much of an impact these new cards actually end up having on that set. Otherwise, they may just stick with last word. Last word was pretty good. I don't know how much. I don't think much rotated out either. Hey, look, see, here she is. She'll say hello. I end up pulling her as well. She's great. Looking at the pull rates too, she has the lowest pull rate of every card. To be fair, I pulled 3 of the alt leaders in 60 packs, and that seems pretty impressive to me compared to what I'm used to. Necro doesn't really feel that great, but I don't really know what else I should do. Throth isn't really live, so that's not any good, and the rest of this is just kind of bad. So, put an in your hand. So Necrofauna. I think I just go the Necrofauna out here.
And is eternity's beginning.
Alright, we'll play the Natura Great Tree. We'll go with that play right now. Was it? Oh, it's when it's destroyed is when the Necrofauna happens. Okay, screw me. I don't really have a play here now, but I fucked that up that bad. Fuck it, we'll go for this. I'm just gonna let him overrun me with artifacts. I think that's gonna be what I do. The fact that that thing actually heals like that is kind of stupid. Like what the fuck, man? What the fuck? Yeah, look at that, 20 damage, yeah. So I don't like playing against Portal. I'm sure the deck's fine to play, but like playing against it just feels so uninteractive for you because it's just they just swarm you and that's it. That's it. You got nothing else. They throw artifacts at you and you can't respond. There's really nothing you can do about it. I felt like the spider artifact card would have been okay, but like that only stops one thing and they just play one artifact, get around it, and then just start hitting you with other artifacts anyway, and it's kind of irrelevant. So it's like, that deck, man, that deck. There is like one, I think the gold artifact actually is okay, right? The gold, I can't remember what it's called. But that summons a big guy based on how many attacks you take, and then the big guy does an effect based on every attack. That can actually be good because it's got a board wipe effect built into it, so they can summon an artifact and then get board wiped, which is great. And they try and get rid of it. At least makes them think. It's a kind of counter, which is alright. I don't mind that. I don't know what I'm going to do with this, though. I know I'm going to fix my blood deck for unlimited. I'm going to fix up a couple other probably decks. See what new cards make a big difference on them, if any. And then I do want to focus on rotation and try and get at least 1 to 2 good meta decks for that, so I have a couple of things I can swap between. Like, I've got Spellburst Range from last one, but that's kind of meh, honestly. It always feels rough to play. Let's play Lurching. Also, another fucking Portal deck. If they just start spamming artifacts, I'm just going to quit, because there's no point. There's no point me playing against it if I'm not already in lethal range. Like, look at this. 3 out of 40 cards in your entire deck, and you have it on turn 3. I wish I had that kind of luck, mate. I really do. Alright, well, if next turn goes poorly, I'm probably just going to concede to them, because it's not worth wasting my time. Honestly. Come on, play a card. Please. Please play a card. Sure, there's a little bit to think about, but I'm sure it's not that crazy in this deck. I'll go with this, and I'll put the Naturia in play. Gets me something on the board right now. If any other Naturia Great Trees are in play, randomly destroy one, draw a card. That's all we're doing with that. Revenant Ram I can play as well again. Get another Naturia, kind of just pop it. It's not really doing a lot for me though. It's a bit disappointing. What's her emotes?
I knew you could do it.
Oh, that's kind of cute.
Totally my bad. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I can only do 3 still. Alright. At least for a turn. Alright, come on. Honestly, just a waste of time at this point.
You got me this time.
I'm really not down for just wasting a bunch of time on a matchup that's heavily favored to them when I'm already in a Master Score of 0. So, like, the match itself is kind of irrelevant to me. If my Master Score was higher and I was sacrificing a lot, I'd try and play it out as best as possible, but if I'm just on a clear receiving end of a bad matchup at 0, there's really no point playing that out. Especially since we've been here like an hour and a half now, and outside of my pack opening and vialing and messing with the deck stuff, which I think I'll be generous and say that took... Damn, breathed in wrong. Took about half an hour. And the rest is kind of, meh. That's a sweet card back, though. On your side? Nice. I mean, I gotta agree, man. I gotta agree. I mean, I pulled 3 of the old leaders and 10 legendary cards in 60 packs, and I was pretty happy. That felt good. Never used to have luck like that in Shadowverse. It used to be, hey, you get to pull 1 legendary in 10 packs, and if you're lucky, in 100 packs, you would get 1 leader. Nice. I got 2 alt arts of the Fairy Queen thing. I got... What else did I get? I got the Emperor in the alt art animated. And then I got this, Amy. Which is pretty nice. Pretty nice. I wouldn't mind getting Ignis or something, though, because I need a good leader for Dragon. I'm not a fan of the couple I've got. I'm glad that I got the Forest one, because I'm not a super big fan of the 3 that I got for that either. Like, I got the Orisa, like the base Orisa, and then I got, like, some pretty mess stuff outside of that. Yeah, sure. I'll just play that. We'll summon a Natura Great Tree if there isn't one in play, so why not? And then the Evo is just to put one in hand. If there's no Allied Natura Great Trees, you just retain the same effect. So if they trade into it, that's something. If not, I'll just accept my loss here, probably. I don't really need to accept my loss, because this actually isn't the worst matchup, because they drain their own health pool pretty quickly, which isn't too bad. And the countdown on this side of the thing decreases pretty easy.
More jewels, more.
I really just need to hit Atomy, like, soon, I think. And unfortunately, that's not an Atomy. Okay, so what do I actually do here? That gains me a Shadow. Not really helpful, but we can boost it to kill this, so we'll do it.
I paid so much for that axe.
And... this says last word, draw a card, right? So we'll just play that.
Shall gain me.
Fill up the board a little bit, set it up, kind of go for it. Make do, basically. Oh. After this match, I gotta put something in the oven real quick, though, so I'll be a second after that. Gotta prep some food for when my sister comes home from work tonight. Since she asked nicely, you know. Okay. I really don't like this.
Give yourself to lust.
9 damage. Even Atomy here isn't really going to do anything,
You have summoned the
because we're just kind of fucked. They got a really good setup here, actually. I'll go this. I don't think it matters, honestly, though, because I can't play the Natura Great Tree here, where I need to. And unfortunately, I can't get anywhere near enough damage on its own, I don't think. Alright. Alright, well, I'll be back in a sec, and I'll go sort that out.
Okay, you got me this time.
Alright. Honestly, very easy thing she asked me to do, to be fair. She just asked me to throw something in the oven that was already, you know, ready to go. It just needed to go in the oven and turned on and shit. So it's like a 2-second job. But, you know, it wouldn't be ready if she if she wanted it ready when she got home. If I didn't put it in there, so... sometimes that's what you gotta do.
Another night, another rupee. And
Alrighty, let's do it. Let's try and I just need to win. Oh my god, why does it have to? Why does it have to be Portal, man? Why is Portal running rampant on ladder right now? What is this shit? Are these all the players that made it to fucking Grandmaster last season or something? And like everyone's reset rank, right? So like they're just trying to climb real fast with like Portal. Because I did not see this much Portal in Unlimited the month that I've been playing. Which, to be fair, at the end of a season, like most players who are probably playing it might have been the top tier levels already. Just gonna out that and play stairs. Iron actually can pull through here pretty nicely if I get lucky. I just need a good setup. Then I could be okay. I do really want to finish off the rest of my dailies soonish. 3, not really getting me anywhere either. So we're just gonna fill the board a little bit because they're gonna start playing shit next turn, and I don't like that. We've got Scullering as well, which honestly not the worst card given our current situation. If we lose this, Scullering will reanimate it, which is good. That's kind of what I want. If I get Atomy as well here, that could be really good. Not Atomy, but not bad. So I can just play another one of those. If one of them gets killed, it will generate the Naturia Great Tree I need. Which is good, and I can always use my Evo point to get another Naturia Great Tree. Also, if they kill all of these, I get Stairs, which will just draw me 3 random followers for my deck. Unfortunately, it looks like they finally got their setup going, so I'm in trouble. We are going to start at least generating something here. We've got multiple shadows that can come out of this. But we only dealt 4 damage in 4 turns. It's a bit slow for the Unlimited format. Focus, of course, because you can't have a Portal deck without having Focus in every single hand. Okay. Go for the Evo here. Send it to the face for damage. And I'm going to summon the Spirit card there to get another body on board. We're going to do another 4 damage. Fortunately, they did heal 2. Feels a bit weak to me to deal with. Could have Evo'd this and got more damage out of that next turn, but I feel like I wanted to do something else. Of course, I can't make a board without them removing all my effects. And then banishing my amulet. Fucking, why do they make these broken-ass cards that have removal effects like this? This is not the first one, by the way. This is not the first card they've done shit like this with. There are some insanely broken gold cards that are just cheap and have like 2 to 3 removals built into them. In this case, it's remove every effect, which is effectively as good as most removal cards. And a banish an enemy amulet. There are other ones that just straight up destroy a card. Evolve is to banish a card. And then you can just attack into something with it. And it's like 3 or 4 costs. And you go, where the fuck were you back in the day, you know? Where were you when we needed removal cards? Like they overprinted removal. Like this thing just took out an amulet, a follower, basically, right? It took out an amulet, it took out the follower that summons another follower. It's going to take out this follower probably as well. If not, they're just going to use artifacts. Kind of stupidly nutty, right? Wow. Why would you make a card like Purifying Light? You basically just covered Portal for everything. Portal's like, oh yeah, we need a card that can just kind of out whatever the hell we want. You know, it has the last word effect, or it's kind of annoying. You know, we'll just remove all of it. And then, you know, amulets? Yeah, we'll just banish them. Just get rid of them all. Well, we don't want to see amulets in this game anymore. I want to play this, but it's not worth... There's, like, no reason not, like, to play it, but at the same time, don't really have a choice. I also need Necromancy 20 here, and I'm no way I'm getting that anytime soon. Unfortunately. Sometimes I can generate it quickly, other times it's just slow as hell. Which is super disappointing. Alright, come on. I just want 1 win, mate. Just one. Just 1 win. I might even have to go to Unlimited to get this 1 win, because... Well, not Unlimited, but to Unranked. To try for 1 win. Because it just feels bad pushing this and getting nowhere.
Destroy the world artifact.
Honestly, Tyrant's just going to take too long, isn't it? Oh, now they got healing. Doesn't even matter. I forgot. Portal also has stupid healing cards.
Okay. You got me.
I actually think Portal... When Portal first came out, it was one of the weaker archetypes overall. Then Artifacts very quickly rose to be one of the best, most versatile building mechanics in the entire game. And I really don't think that has changed in the slightest. It's only got worse over the years. The fact that Artifacts can just kind of do everything, and do everything well. They don't do them bad. They do everything well. They've got healing, they've got ward, they've got rush, they've got storm, they've got removal, they've got basically everything under the sun. Artifacts have. And the more they add, the more broken they get. This is also not a good matchup. I just swapped to this deck. This is actually a better matchup when I'm playing Enemy Shadow than when I'm playing this. Because if this is either deck, like Storm or Elena, I'm just screwed. Alright, that's the new one. That's the Curse. What's this thing do? Whenever you play an amulet, struck one from the countdown, summon a God of Curses. Last word, give your leader the following effect. Start your turn, summon a God of Curses, and evolve it, then remove this effect. Ambush Bane, at the end of your turn, reduce enemy leader, maximum defense by 4. Wow, okay. Okay, that's gonna be a fun card. I would have to think that this deck is something in the line of Stormhaven, right? You want to be playing cheap cards that do things. Oh, you drag it and it doesn't do it, it just plays its voice line. You go, come on, just reach. Reach, man, reach. Summon a Featherfolk Windwalker, alright. Oh, another Curse God. Look how quick that went down, too. Like, that's actually kind of interesting. I gotta give it to it, like, I'm actually kind of interested in this. Like, it's kind of bad because you have to take damage at the start, but because you can run healing in this, in nearly every Haven deck, in pretty versatile ways, it's not bad. The problem is now, they're kind of, like, board stuck here. They need to play things like this, right? That do things to reduce their artifact, their count. If you don't have this, then you're kind of just waiting out another turn. Like, look at this thing. What am I going to do against this? Not evolved, which is a bonus, so I can kind of just leave it alone for the moment. But next turn, it's actually going to become a problem that I have to deal with. And I don't have a way to remove this in an effective manner. You got to be joking. Okay. Okay. So I have to trade this. Then bring this out. Then evolve it. Which does give me my play points back. Gets me 2. So I could play Repair Mode plus Steed.
The winds are beyond my grasp.
Which I think is what I want to do. Just so they can't use something, I don't know, cheap to remove it. I really don't know. I'm just doing something here. I obviously don't like this because that's just gonna be a pain in the ass to deal with. They can attack for 6 right now with this, or they can evolve it, either way. Or they can just ram it into other things. So, like, you gotta really play around this card, it feels like. And, like, it's kind of a card you don't want to kill super easily, like, immediately. Because it's at the start of your next turn. Like, their next turn, that they get it. Great, another one. Okay. Yeah, this is actually just kind of, like, lethal. Like, super potent. They could attack and then evolve that if they wanted. Although this is, I feel, straight up better because they basically guaranteed their own lethal here. But it's just, this is kind of stupid, right? This is kind of dumb. Yeah, so I can do 5, 7, that's it. I can do 7. Alright, well, that's this game. Yep. Sometimes I click a button, and then it clicks it again, and it goes, no, you didn't want to do that, after all. No. Totally, man. Alright. I'm gonna go to unranked real quick, and just try there. See if it's less competitive, I guess, for the moment. Problem is I get matched up against Master or Master players in the early leagues, and it's actually a pain without running a deck that's competent. We'll just run... I did make sure I'm picking... Yeah, I did click just play. We'll run the Enemy Shadow and see if that can get a win out real quick. Honestly, we've been trying for a while now, not having any success. I feel like I'll have a lot more success when I start running, you know, my competent decks. Either my sword deck or my blood deck will just do way better in this current format than this will. I'm kind of just playing because I want to finish the couple of... the one challenge in particular that I want to finish. And I did want to finish it reasonably quickly, but, you know... 2 hours-ish, not even. Not quite, but getting there.
Am I right? Time to shine, Daria.
Okay. I will run this. And we'll see where we go. Do I have faith? Maybe. Maybe not. We'll see. I need to draw semi-decently here. I really need an Atomy. I really should just start dumping my starting hand if I don't have Atomy. And there it is. I do have Atomy now. So this only sticks around for 2 turns, which makes it kind of unplayable on turn 1. I need to play something on turn 2, and then turn 3 play both of those together. But sticking something on turn 2 is actually a bit of a pain. Especially when you're going second. Going first, not so bad. Going second, actually kind of annoying to do. Alright, come on. Give me a turn. You played Rooney. You shouldn't have a 0 cost already. You've only played 2 spells the entire game. Pretty sure you've only played 2 spells, right? Yeah, Insight and then Rooney. You should not have another play right here. Of course you do. Of course. You have the Fusion Isabel play. Alright. You just got, you know, nearly a perfect start. You know, I could not fault that for a second, you know. Insight, Rooney, Isabel, Fuse. Sounds like a perfect hand to me, bro. Perfect hand. So turn 3 can get us there if we can stick some of this. If not, we have to wait till turn 4. Which is annoying. Let's see if they got it. What do they got? Come on. Yep, there it is. Return my cards, you fucking motherfucker. Could be worse, honestly. This isn't the terriblest of things to happen to me here. I might actually play this, because it guarantees me having something pretty much no matter what. Which means I can actually just play Skull instead, and I don't have to play anything else. I think is what I want. I can play Skull, regenerate a zombie, and have Lord Atomy and a zombie on board next turn. I really wish I went first. Going first, I think I have a pretty decent advantage against Rune. Going second, Rune has the advantage because they just get to basically have a whole extra turn before me. And for Rune, they can kind of just kill you. So, really nothing you can do about it. Like, look at this, already at 26 cards. They've still got, you know, 2 play points here. They're not far off actually being able to just go full on turn 6 here and kill me. There we go, I expected that as well, so not a surprise. Crystal Witch as well. They only need to play 1 more draw card, and then they're ready for turn 5. If they can draw 1 for free here, they can play it. Because then they can spell boost everything in their hand by a massive amount, and be fine. Well, they didn't end up having it there, so that's good. We're going to go face for 2, then we're going to play the Skull Ring, and then we're going to play Lord Atomy. So we get to out all of this and then summon a zombie. I believe that's the case, right? Yeah. So we'll evolve the Atomy, we'll kill the 1-2 so they can't evo it to get a spell boost here. Just, you know, just in case. Just in case. I don't think we can win, but just in case. I could have done that differently, honestly, and just played Staircase plus Fountain plus that and got an extra damage to face. And then actually had a decent state here with 3 extra followers, but you know, that wasn't the worst either. We got to regenerate the zombie, which is okay. So now they can just kind of send all this, and they can just kill this. It's gonna cost them, but I think it's worth it for them. Now they only have to send those, and they can actually go face. And they're drawing shit tons, so they're setting up for the next turn. And I basically just have to go, hey, you know, do you remember that turn I just had? Yeah. Well, it's not a turn anymore. God, this hurts. I just don't want to do this. I don't want to do this one. I don't want to do this at all. Honestly. They got basically a perfect hand so far.
Answers come in every shade imaginable.
If they have D shift here and they can play it, I would not honestly be surprised. Maybe a little surprised, but maybe not. Deck yourself. Come on, do it. You know you want to. Look at that. They got to end up keeping both of their followers and going face. Alright. Guess that's how things work in this house.
My steed sails above the sand.
Put another one of them in my hand, do this, trade into that. Problem is, next turn I think I die.
His hooves are merciless.
I'm out of cash.
So I don't actually think it matters what I do here. Play that, I don't care. I should have done it. It wouldn't have mattered, because whatever I'm attacking into would have been the same result. I just want to play it so it's out of my hand and I'm bored. Got 3 trees. They're not really doing a lot. Fuck me. I really don't like playing Forest and Shadow. Honestly, I don't. Shadow could be okay if I was playing a decent Last Word Shadow, I guess. Then I might enjoy it. Because Last Word Shadows are always pretty fun. But, like, if I have to play anything janky like this, it's just so exhausting to play. Because you're playing against basically top-level meta decks in every situation. It's very rare you're coming up against another jank player in Master. Like, exceedingly rare.
Don't underestimate me.
I think in the last month, I've met 2, maybe 3 players who were playing more janky decks. One of them played Whims of Chaos, and that was fun. I like that. That was good. They did lose pretty quickly, but it was a fun deck. And then there's me, you know, I got a challenge to do, and we're playing unranked, and we're still seeing hyper-competitive decks. It's really the problem Shadowverse fell into, was like, once it's got to a point now where everything is super hyper-competitively focused, and it's build the best possible deck no matter what. Nothing else is really playable.
Life's end is
This fucking sucks, by the way, because this is going to be terrible fucking setup here for me. We'll do this and generate Necrofauna.
come with us. I'm out of cash.
Nice, that was exactly what I wanted. Cool. I would have liked healing or something, but you know, I'll take that too. I don't think there is any healing, actually, is there? No, there isn't. There's +1, deal 1 damage to random enemy for less. So those 2 would have done it for me. And put in the Cherry Great Tree in your hand. So I got
Perish before
2 out of 3.
way over my head here.
Fucking pathetic, I'll be honest with ya. Kind of annoying. Great artwork, though. Give them that. Alright, we'll play the aggro forest deck again here and see if we get another hyper aggro deck. If we come up against a portal deck, I'm just conceding and leaving, basically after the first, we'll say 3 turns. I'll give them a 3-turn cap. If they look like they've hit the ideal hand, there's no point playing against them. It's not even worth my time to waste against them. Makes me real salty when we come up against just hyper-competitive decks when all I want to do is win 1 game for a challenge. Hey, look, this might be better. Maybe not, because, you know,
The music of the
doesn't matter what rank you are, you're probably playing a hyper-competitive deck. I'm like, I get it. I get it when you want to rank. I understand. I get it. I understood when we're playing ranked. But you're going to unranked and you mostly see competitive decks, it kind of just hurts your soul, you know?
Allow me to bestow a cringe.
Oh, look at that. They made a play that is abnormal. That or they got a terrible starting hand. 90% chance this is just standard Wrathblood and they just made that play because they wanted to.
you as excited
Oh,
as I am.
yeah, see, this is the one I need to get. Contemptuous Demon. An insanely good card. And it's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Tell me what rank they are. I don't know. I can't remember what the ranks look like from below Master, I'll be honest. It's been a long time. I haven't been in Master ranks since, like, 5 years... Nearly 5 years ago. Nearly the start of the game, honestly. I've been in Master rank since before the rotation split. And they heal, and that's really the problem. Like, I can take those out now, but it's annoying. Actually, I can't even take both out. I can only kill one. That's what's worse here.
How dare you?
Actually, no, I can kill both. I just have to use this, and it sucks. At least it does kind of set up the trade here.
How dare you?
And that will draw him a card, unfortunately. I was hoping their hand advantage would be low, but they're looking pretty solid. What would I like? Honestly, a May wouldn't be terrible if they can't out this 3 too easily. So I could go May, Evo, Dodge, Detective for free Evo, and then I can actually wipe this board without any issue at this stage. Okay. Alrighty. I see how things are. I see. That would be a good play if I could use it, but I can't. Not in any practical sense. If I Evo this, then I could play it, but the problem is I'm still making unfavorable trades no matter what. Everything here just feels fucking terrible.
My word is my bond.
Play Fluffy Angel. Use its effect. Do that. What's this one? At the end of your turn, discard your hand. That's only on the Evo effect, right? The other one's its last word effect, which... honestly... Oh no, at the end of your turn, discard your hand, yeah. So they're going to discard their hand at the end of their turn. So we'll just do that. I don't know about the card, honestly. So I've seen a lot of people play it. Don't know if I'm a fan of it personally. This isn't great, but it does heal me a little bit, which should keep us, you know, just out of that shit for a minute. And we've actually got the Carbuncle Dog combo for next turn, since that does recover 2 play points and restore 2 defense. Alright, well, that is going to let us at least wipe out 2 things from this board next turn, which I'm leaning towards these 2 right now.
Embrace me.
So we'll go the Carbuncle, which gets Evo. Plus we get a bunch of Carbuncle Sparks to the deck, why not? Then I can get that, play Detective, trade into this, trade into that, leave the 3/3 up, which I think is okay, because they're gonna draw, I think it's 3, right? They draw 3 off this. Give you the following effect at the start of your turn, draw 3, yeah. So they draw 3, then draw 1, so they're always gonna have 4. I'm hoping they can kind of just, like, mill out a lot more cards out of their deck. That'd be perfect, honestly. This I would like to use, but I'm not going to get a chance to at this point. And this thing requires me to use an Evo point. Are you...
Let me weave you a lie.
This is ridiculous, and I hate my life. They had perfect cards against me. Again.
You smell
Go face. Go Windbound Barrage. We'll use it on... Oh, did I just mess that up real bad? Fuck's sake.
Don't forget to snag some merch.
Yeah, I did. I messed it up. Do this. Yeah, they're gonna have it. I, like, 100% they're gonna have it because they can't... Wait, do the cards get... I don't know if the cards get put in the back of the deck, do they? I thought they were discarded, right? No, they're discarded. Why does their deck look so high in cards? Well, they would have been through a few more cards by now, honestly. They only need 1 damage. There's like 15 cards in the deck that should do 1 damage. See, my point. There's like 15 to 20 cards at least that would do 1 damage to me. You know, you think you have a chance because they play a weird play right at the start. Then you see that bullshit just continue to roll at you and you just sit there going, alright, well, I guess that's kind of it, and I just die. Come on, I need 1. I just want 1 win, man. 1 win before I tip over the edge here.
Have you heard the music?
I swear to fuck, if this is Portal with just 1,000 artifacts, I'm going to throw it at a wall. The whole thing can be thrown in the bin at this point. It's so dumb. Card games, honestly, can just be so tilting sometimes with shit like this. Where it's not even RNG, it's just that everyone's playing the most hyper-competitive deck available to you. And like, I get it when there's rewards on the line, but there is no reason that a hyper-competitive deck is necessary in this format here. We're playing fucking Unlimited, man. This is like the deck testing area where you bring your jank that you haven't tested and play it, you know? Especially early in a season when, like, you could bring, like, a semi-competitive deck to ranked at 0 points and just fucking play it because there's no real loss. I'll do that to draw a card. Double Roach. Not unplayable. Not unplayable. The problem is, if they just fucking drop their amulet here, I'm just going to concede, because fuck that. It's not worth my time. My time has value, and this time is not worth it. It's actually, they call themselves good time, but it's not that. Fuck that. Not worth it.
It seems I've been bested.
This deck doesn't output enough damage to even fucking give a shit if they play that on 3. And like, you can tell how much I hate playing Forest. I have like 4,000 plus hours in this game, have not max leveled Forest. 141, didn't max level it because I just don't play Forest. I think every other class is max level except Forest. And that was like years ago that I did that. Like 2+ years ago that everything got to level 150. Everything was like 100 and then they're like, ah yes, level cap increase. And I'm like, ha ha ha, yeah, no Forest. I don't want Forest. I'm actually mostly favoring my, what's it called?
This town eats good folk for breakfast.
Fucking neutral cards in this deck. Hey look, they got the leader as well. I wonder if these leaders are just way easy to get now or not. Like, it kind of feels like it, honestly. What I like about this setup right now is if they play something, I can play Riverly Bandit and just kill it. Because, like, pretty much nothing in the 2 stat line is a big issue for this. They're gonna just Roach Bounce kill. Oh no, Guidance, okay, draw a card. Fair enough. I see that as a play, that's a good play. Respect it, respect. I'm still gonna play this. Then I might actually just play the May, not because I want to use it, but because I want something on board that can just kind of, you know, one punch. This isn't bad. This is okay. They don't have removal for it. We're in a good spot. I don't know how I feel long term, but this is okay. I swear if I just get full Roach OTK'd though, I'll just sit here and be like, nah, I'm good. Why? Why is this heal 4? Why? Why does a 2-cost card heal 4 damage, man? I just don't understand it. It's kind of dumb. Because now all I can do is deal another 4 damage while clearing that, which just negates what I just did. Effectively. Like, all we did was clear that now. At least I got to play the 3-4 as well, so we have got some damage output coming up. But fuck me, our follow-up turns are not going to look good. We've got a Mallet and 2 fairies right now. So I can go like, Mallet, Fairy Fairy, Evolve Mallet. Mallet does 4 damage. And it's a play, but is it good? Not really. Turn 6, we get at least 5 damage Storm, but they're playing super defensive, man. Where's this going? Is it actually going to attack? This is Whirlwind Rhino Roach too. So this is actually way worse for me to deal with. Because it returns itself when it's evoed, which is just super annoying. I might play the Carbuncle one here, actually. An evo on the Carbuncle will replenish some points here. What do I want to do, though? I'll ram that. And then I'll play the Mallet. Allows me to keep this at a 4-4. So the question is, can I kill them next turn? I've got 5 damage in hand for next turn, as long as they don't ward me. That only took like a ridiculous amount of time to get 3 wins with this deck.
We played a beautiful melody.
Oh, I'm gonna look at my replays and I bet you there hasn't been a win for God knows how long. Problem is, now it kind of throws off my other one as well. Yeah, okay. Yeah, there we go. It actually gives me the time. It's 7-4. It took me an hour between our second win and that win, basically. Like, and it was like nearly 30 minutes. Actually, pretty much exactly 30. So an hour and a half to get 3 wins. That's not counting before that, when we started playing. Holy shit, man. Actually insane. I want to actually change that deck out a little bit. I have some faith in my Wrathblood, honestly. I do need to work out what I want to take out, though. That's going to be the real thing here. Pretty sure these Rams can come out for that gold card that I want. Follower, 2-drop, gold. I don't know what it's called, so I do kind of know what it's called, right? But it's just going to be easy for me to do this and filter it all out. Wait, do I have one? I don't. So where is it? It should be a 2-drop, right? Oh, there it is. Contemptuous Demon. So I want to craft 3 of this. That's why I was running 3 Rams in this deck, because it's kind of just as a bad substitute. Oh, no one up. Alright, so that fixes that. Where's the spell? Same principle, it should be here. Yeah, Dark Contract, here it is. Finishes active fee, yeah. So I'm gonna get rid of prisons, I think, and put these in. I'm gonna make a couple more of them. I am wasting vials on this, but I feel like this is the deck I actually don't mind spending a little bit on to fix up. I also wouldn't mind running another Diva. What would I take out for Diva though? I'd have to drop something down by 1. I feel like I'd drop this down by 1 to run Diva. Actually, yeah, no, I'd drop this down to 1 and make it 2, wouldn't I, to run a 3rd Diva. Might do that as well while I'm at it. Only 800 more vials, you know. 5 cost. Oh, 4 cost, oops. Looked at the wrong category. You know, wrong category. I'll get there one day. There it is. Make a Diva, and we'll just dump out one of those. Alright, we'll see how that goes. If not, I'll fall back to my sword deck, because, you know, that sword deck is fucking mint. Oh, also, what's bad in this deck, right? Oh, can't even preview it there. That sucks. Alright, at least we got the new guy, you know. I would like to see him in the deck, but he's like 7 cost, and this deck, honestly, doesn't really want to get to turn 7. It doesn't even want to get to turn 8 where you run the 1 Dark Beast back. That's just kind of a, hey, I'm getting stalled Dark Beast back. Alright. Oh no, we're going first. I don't know how I feel about that, honestly.
Ready to escort me.
We're also not running Razor in this, which is a huge difference to most decks. Alright, Disciple of Lost. That's an okay turn 1 play, I think. Because, like, you need it to stick too long, usually. So if you can just kind of play it now, that's fine. I want to see some of my newer cards I put in. Like, Diva I added 1 more of, but I already had 2 of, so it's not really new. The gold card we added from the new set looks alright. The spell, I want to test that out really well. I wish I had some of these card backs, honestly. I never bothered to push to get the animated card backs when you had to go through, like, the score rankings. Because it was just too much fucking hassle, honestly. So I can do that, attack for 1, and then I can just kind of pass. We'll see what next turn brings, because I don't really want to play any of this. I hate that I drew a Florist as well, by the way. I absolutely burning passion hate drawing them. They need to stay in my deck where they belong and never get in my hand unless, you know, for some reason, late game, I need 1 that I can't bring out normally. So this gives me at least 2 here. If I can get anything in my drawer, I'm good. I just need this to stick. Oh, that card. The card back trips me out, man. It really does. Trips me the hell out. 38-15. Alright, we drew nothing, so I'm just fucked, I guess. That's actually really annoying. I don't know what I do, to be honest with you. I also drew another Florist. Why this? Okay, also kind of over this, but this is also my luck, right? This is the kind of shit that happens to me regularly. I will go to play a deck. My opponent would draw like super optimally. This guy doesn't, I don't know. It doesn't look like he drew too optimally yet, but you know, you never know. You know, it looks like he has a similar situation I'm in, but usually they'll have a really good hand. I'll have a really bad hand. And I want to sit here and cry. Like, look at this. They at least had the Florist play that I completely miss out on. Plus, they're the ones who get Evo next turn, not me. Now I hit the cards that are useful. Like, fuck's sake. Kind of a fucking joke, honestly. Like, even if I wanted to play Florist here, I can't. Like, I totally can next turn, for sure. May as well just play my own Florist. They're gonna heal for fucking 8, so it's irrelevant. But I can play Diva. Can't I? No, I can. I can play Diva with an Evo point. Actually, I can just play Ambling Wraith Gift and then Diva, and that'll get it for free. That's alright. I can do that. I can do that. I'll make it work. And we'll just trade into whatever we need to. They should be on Wrath by now, I think. Maybe I should include Razories in the deck as well. I'm really considering it at this point. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. They're going to get another Florist. They're going to get their defensive ward. We need to take out everything, which is a pain. The advantage is I can Bloodkin and not give them a bat. Not that beneficial, but it's enough, I think, and that's kind of what matters here. So I can gift, Ambling, Devilish, free Evo. Evo the bat, because I need to trade into a Florist in a second, because this is already annoying enough to deal with. Kill 5, bring out my own, kill that, and bring out my ward. Unfortunately, I can't bring out another Florist. They can't also bring out another ward though, so unless they got it in hand, we're in a pretty equal positioning, I think. Alright, they got the 1 ping for Vengeance, which is the same situation we're kind of in. They've got the healing, which is what kind of hurts me. I have to deal with that. But we do have the second Florist, and they just went through their second Florist as well, along with their ward. So I think we're slightly ahead on board state right now, which we should be. We were going first. They're gonna want to kill this, so fair enough. Cool, good, take it. I can Dark Contract here, which I think is what I want to do.
And so our pact is finished.
Awesome, this is very good. Can play that. Dark Contract to draw 2 more cards, just so I can get some more cards. We'll Evo this. We're gonna heal 4. So we'll go maximum face damage right now, and end. Start of the turn, we heal 4 after dealing 1, so we go to 13. We still got Dark Contract, another one. This is where I need Fiery Embrace or something though, honestly. They're gonna let me heal 5? Wow, okay, maybe. Oh. That board wipes. Wow, I did not realize that, honestly. And they fucking heal because of this shit. I was trying to counter it because I had a good counterplay here, honestly. Alright, I'll kill that, and then it kills 4 to face, right? Does give them the effect they want, but, you know, it's fine. That I just don't feel like that legendary is that good, but maybe it is. Oh, for fuck's sake. What is this shit, mate? Come on, give me a good card. It's not a good enough card.
And so our pact is finished.
Okay. What's this do again? Say turn, restore 2. That's all it's doing. I don't have an Evo point to use this. Gain the ability to evolve for 0, actually. That's what I need to do, right? Because it deals 3 damage to random enemy, yep.
Are you as excited as I am? Well,
Return to the void
Cool.
from whence you came.
if you want me to hurt
How do I
you,
utilize this
just
properly?
say
I do that, do that,
a precious
I play this, and I go face. Then I end, dealing damage to myself, but there's that. Probably actually didn't even need to attack, honestly, but, you know. Alright, we'll try and keep them on their toes here.
And so our pact is forged.
Are you as excited as I am?
They get their own Contemptuous, which is very, very strong here, by the way.
Want me to hurt you? Just say the word.
They should be able to deal with everything, though.
Like, thanks so much for that axe. I wasn't good enough.
They can't really afford to do too much damage to themselves without healing, though.
How dare you?
Yeah, I only need 1 damage, and they don't heal now, they heal later, so we win.
See? I suppose I've lost this one.
Yeah, alright. That's where the Contemptuous is really risky, because you need to have a healing to back it up, ideally. Since you can't afford to just wipe boards with it.
Light
I mean, they obviously probably didn't have a choice, but I get it now. I kind of worked out how that goes. I just don't know about that legendary. Like, they played it, and it seemed okay, but I just feel like you're losing a lot to gain little. Like, you could lose everything, and that could be really bad, especially with heavy draw. But I guess you don't play it unless you're prepared to lose, you know, most of your cards for it. I really don't know. I don't know. I can definitely see that card having upsides and downsides. I feel like the upsides might outweigh it. Because, like, its downside doesn't come unless it's destroyed on Evo, and you get its upside regardless. Which makes it very good, by the way. No, this is actually a very good start, too. Oh, we're going second, though, actually. Oh, fuck, okay. I should have probably dumped the Disciple of Lust then and looked for something else. Because this is 2 pings to us, so that's really nice and cheap. But we can't use them in effective manner. That's really not bad. If I can stick... Okay, if I can stick Disciple of Lust for 2 turns, then we're good. If not, I'm waiting till, like, turn 4 to make a play. Which does feel pretty bad. Okay, there we go. We fixed the problem. We fixed our problem. Because now we guarantee it. On turn 3. We get the Florist play. Unfortunately, though, we go reasonably slow compared to them at the moment. So we'll do Contempt, which gets us, I think, 1 ping, 2 ping. Yep. Then we get... We'll go for just the Ambling here. And then we get the ping off this. Oh. And unfortunately, we end up with 2 Knights of Purgatory in our hand, which is fucking terrible. Story of my RNGing life. At least next turn, I think I can go for it again, right? Yeah, I could go for it again next turn if I want. A bitch of a setup, though. Ideally, I want another card instead of these. Like, Eva would be quite good here. I got the Evo point, and I can just kind of kill it. Contempt again. Could do that. That's not bad, actually. It will give me 2 pings on myself. And then I can just Ambling. And then I can heal. Ambling. Then we play Rogue. Should I Evo Rogue? Nah, we won't Evo Rogue. We'll go for Board Wipe instead. We'll go for the Board Wipe. That's how we'll do this. We're getting the +3 heal. Then we get the Florist play as well. This feels okay. We've got the Knight if I want to play it next turn. I've got a Storm card here as well. So that's some damage. Not the best, but I think it's workable. Alright, Isabel. That time getting Insight.
You'll make a good test subject.
Not a bad play. I'm trying to think on what their aim would be here. I feel like the best card for them to play is their Board Wipe here. If they can Board Wipe this plus kill this, that's really going to be their aim. Otherwise, just trading into this, and that doesn't feel good.
Don't underestimate me.
Yeah, alright, so they went all in on it. Which is, I think, fair in this situation. So, unfortunately, I couldn't do enough to do another Florist play. I think I can't even because it's in my hand, so it doesn't actually matter. We'll just go.
Check out my fancy footwork.
We'll just go for it. We need damage.
Time to dance for get ready to flop. Lord Jules.
And this will heal us. Alright, let's see what happens. We're gonna go to 18. I'm okay with that. They got 7 left. We've got 2 Knights of Purgatory for healing. We've got a Florist for more healing, plus an Evo play if I want it. They got another fucking one. Of course they do. For fuck's sake. It's the only thing I didn't need, honestly, was them to have another Isabel up their sleeve immediately. Because that's kind of crippling in Isabel play.
Going beyond dimension.
Kind of annoying.
Sorry, but this ends here. Don't underestimate me. So much for that axe. I wasn't good enough.
Bad play. Alright, good draw? An okay draw. Actually not the best. Trying to think if they actually got their what's the name earlier when they played that, did they? Yeah, they did. They generated amulets. Fuck's sake. They generated elements of creation, which is gonna fuck me, you watch. I needed to kill them before elements of creation. Unfortunately, that's not easy to do. Especially since they had perfect board wipes, my entire board. both times when I had really 3 times actually thinking about it, because I had good boards basically 3 turns in a row and they wiped more completely each time. If they misplay and don't play elements here, I can win, right? But like to misplay this, you have to misplay pretty hard. To be fair, oh fuck. Oh, no, they gotta have they gotta have fucking D shift, right? It's gotta be D shift, surely.
Ready to summon.
If it's not D shift, I'll be surprised. Because like 5, 9, yeah, fuck. Alright. No, I'm good.
So you would reject
Alright. Alright, I'll be right back in just a sec. Okay, okay. Make it back. What after I watch my bloody ends and stuff? There we go. Okay. Just need to knock out, a couple more wins, I think. It's like 2, right? Pretty sure that's what I need. At least 2.
You dare to defy the shadows?
A pointed sword deserves a pointed response.
This doesn't feel like the worst hand. Not too bad at all, actually. Sucks that I have to go up against Blood matchup, which this is our second Blood matchup, so that's kind of bad. I mean, we did win our first one, so the precedent is kind of set now. I would like a better card, though. Like, I like this, don't get me wrong, I like this card. I just feel like I need something else. Oh, that kind of does it. That kind of does it. My next play can just be Contemptuous into Restless, and that'll summon it. And there's their own. Maybe I couldn't just out that, honestly. Can I? Actually, I can. I can rush it and just out it, I guess. Instead. That's what I might do. Rush it, out it. Restless. That'll generate it for me. There we go. I think we should be at 7 as well, which now makes Diva live. That could be my next play, is just a Diva. Doesn't seem that bad, actually. Since they can't Evo, it's going to be harder to remove this as well. What the hell is this? Is this one of the new cards? That's got to be one of the new cards, right? Like, shit. I think it is. Bloodsucker, I'm pretty sure it's the new one. Whenever Land First comes into play, give it Storm. Then if there's that deck, we give it Bane and Drain as well. What the fuck? That's exceedingly good, by the way.
My word is my bond.
Alright, well,
You have summoned the
guess I'm
blade
just gonna
of
go fuck
purgation.
myself real quick then. Because holy fuck, this is gonna be a nightmare to deal with. We'll play that. We'll do the effect. Fortunately, not enough to kill him, but is enough to trigger both Florus and my ward.
The blade of purgation.
Plus, we're pretty close to lethal now. It's actually within a doable amount here. So why not? We'll take it. We've been streaming for 2.5 hours. I mean, I have been streaming since release. The expansion, so it's a while. We can attack with anything, basically. They have to. We're basically gonna force them to have to out us here, and they should be able to do it because this new card is actually really good at this. So they could trade into it. They can trade and actually heal, which is going to be huge. But it does leave them with little to nothing. Okay, now they don't have to trade their fucking Florist. That is so dumb, mate. Actually, can they just lethal from here? No, not quite. Okay. I mean, they have to out stuff, right? They are going to heal through this as well. Which is kind of fucking stupid. I don't even know what I do now, honestly. I'm in a very bad position. That's one, that's 4, that's only 6, unfortunately. We'll go Contemptuous. Use that.
We'll do this the hard way.
If you want me to hurt you,
I can
just say the
deal
word.
damage to myself.
See? Open wide.
Oh, why did it have... Okay, it hit the only card I actually didn't want it to hit immediately. Fuck's sake.
I'm gonna scoop out your guts.
Need this to stay live as well.
Check out my fancy footwork. Get ready to fly.
This is my only out,
Wasn't
right?
good enough.
Is my bond.
That was bad, by the way. I have 4 health and died of basically anything. why does this happen to me? Such a bad line of play. I have no good healing. I would be forced to trade a Florus here. Pretty sure they still have a Florus in their deck that can be generated. It's going to be insanely good for them. Pretty sure this is our last one, actually. Urias? I don't know off the top of my head what Urias does.
Lose yourself in this final dance.
Okay. This that I'm worried about. Oh, I'm just dead. Oh wait, no, it's got to have another one actually. Sorry, it's got to have 2 of them. Alright, I think they've got to have 2 of them. They can at least kill this, and they're at fucking 11. This is the problem. They're at 11 health, and I can't deal with that. Okay, look. Alright, so I can heal. I can heal quite a bit, actually. Awesome. I mean, I'm behind in hand situation, but I am now basically equaling them in health. Problem is, they have these effects up.
And so our pact is forged.
Which means they can't deal damage to them. Well, okay, free contemptuous, yeah. Well, I'm fucked. This is the problem of being so behind in card advantage now. Diva's okay, I guess. Kinda sucks that it has to be traded.
How dare you? How dare you?
Oh, what? Oh, they get to draw.
So you
There's no point. They're drawing 2 per turn. I just realized they're drawing 2 cards per turn off the Uriah stuff, which just kind of fucks me because their hand advantage is insanely high. Like, they would have had to... They definitely had the removal because they had it on board, and then they could just play what they want. And I can't do anything. I'm drawing top decking at this point. Fuck me. I feel that deep in my soul, man. Deep in my soul. Rune. Actually an okay matchup.
You dare to defy the shadows?
Yeah, let me warm up for a spell.
Dump that. Keep the rest. I want to off something because fucking Florus here, man. Why? I've had it in my hand every fucking game. I haven't been able to spawn 3 off my deck. I have always had one in my hand. I'll take any other card, literally over Florus. This is actually going to be super fucking awkward, by the way. Yeah, fucking super awkward. Do I try and force them to have the Out to Disciple of Lust? Yeah. So I can't play the Contemptuous Demon here. Out this, basically. So where are my 0 cost cards, you know? I hardly hit them. Out this. Or out that, I guess. For fuck's sake. At least I got my 0 costs, so it's not the end of the world, I guess. Can... Play... Trade. Okay. That's something, I guess. I don't think I'm where I'm up to on my count. I think I'm okay. 6, yeah. So we're only 1 off, which this does generate 1. That's at the end of turn. I really need to generate 1 damage to myself next turn. And I can do the free evo on this. This... Why? Okay, why did it have to be like Storm Rune or some shit, you know? Why? Why couldn't this have just been a generic rune deck? Now it's some fucking rune fucking counter magic deck. For fuck's sake. Oh, and I can't... Alright, well, I can't do 1 damage to myself for free evo, so we're just gonna manage this ourselves, I guess. Alright, so we killed both these. Not what I wanted, but it'll do. Honestly, for me, it's just going to be finish dailies and then get off, I reckon. I mean, we're going for a nearly 3-hour stream at this point, and I've got other shit to do tonight yet. Got a few other things I want to get done.
Test subject.
Here we go.
I think I just quit. It's not worth it.
Ends here.
So you
I'm already too far behind this point in the game, and that's a fucking free trade, so I can't out it. No matter what I draw, it wouldn't have mattered. It's just, again, a waste of my time to play a match that I don't have an out for immediately. Like, when I'm that far behind, because, like, my deck that I'm running, when I'm running a deck that I know has no follow-up play, it becomes pointless. If I had a follow-up play, if I was playing a more control-oriented deck or something just more heavy in that direction where I could have more hand advantage, I'd be fine. Like, the only chance there was to draw my draw 2 card and maybe have a play after that. I don't like that hand. This is a much better hand though. Nice. Diva on 4 going second would be good. Dark Contract plus Ambling is already 3. I only need to hit a 0 cost card. Or set up on turn 2. The alternative. So I quite like this. And that actually gets you 2 draws, which can potentially get you to your 0 cost cards. Which is why I quite like that over the other one that only gets you 1 draw. Plus, it's 2 cost versus 3, so it's just... I feel like it's a better card than Prism at this point. I mean, together, that and Prism would actually be, like, turn 5 Florist, but I think it's way too late at that point, and there's way better ways to handle it. This is going to be suck, though, because this is Portal, and their turn 3 is pretty fucking explosive as well. So their turn 3 can easily, and I mean easily, counter my Blood deck. It's just, can I deal damage quick enough that it doesn't fucking matter? No play here. Do have a turn 2 play. Not good, but I do have it. Probably going to play the Dual Axe over the Contemptuous, honestly. Fucking... Ooh, I swear to fuck, Florus. Finally had a hand where I'm like, ah, yeah, no Florus. You know, awesome, cool, no Florus. I don't have to worry about it. Cool, yeah, sweet. Fucking Florus gets drawn into my hand. Alright, we're gonna get some damage. I'm gonna summon our Florus. We're only 2 pings off Devilish being live. Which should be doable next turn without much hassle. Alright, now they're gonna start limiting my attack power, of course. I mean, makes sense, to be honest. I don't doubt that for a second. Contemptuous is kind of worthless here. Card play, personally, I think. I need to do 2 damage to myself without generating a card. I can do that, right? I can just do this. Ah, I was meant to put that on the fucking Ambling Wraith. That was a huge misplay, by the way. Well, I would have had at least 2 more damage there. Wait, what? Oh, because it's end of fucking turn. Both these cards are end of turn. I'm an idiot. I just fucking played Ambling Wraith. I didn't have it, actually. I would have had to play the other card, then Ambling Wraith. Should have played that other card first, then just played the Ambling Wraith. I believe I fucked that up, honestly. At least they didn't have their rush card, so it's not as fucking devastating for me. We now have Devilish active as well, which is a decent chunk of damage being able to be dealt here. And that's actually a free Evo if it sticks around. And I don't really know what they want to kill here, because, like, this is a pretty fucking stacked board to deal with. Without having your Rush Amulet out.
I paid so much for that axe.
I mean, they could get it now and then just fucking roll me, but I'd feel really bad for me if that happens. Alright, that's pretty good, honestly. It's not the worst card to play, because it will out something next turn. Or this turn. Start of your opponent's turn, if Reson's active for you. At least... Match deal 4 damage, yeah. Cool, that possibly hit the worst thing they could have hit. Alright, what do I want to do then? Play this, because it's free, though. That'll deal
Give in to
3.
your desire.
Hope won't be extinguished so easily.
Oh, I just lethal
These
from
fists
here.
cause no pain.
I am but one with
I don't even have to try to lethal from here.
If you want me to hurt you,
The Evo, the gift, the ambling, just anything there, just lethals, like, through that attack power there. I didn't realize I just had it.
light.
Cool.
Has no place.
Happy about that one. That was an okay game. Felt good. Felt good. We've got to play at least 2 more because we got to finish these missions. So let's do it. I'm gonna play this for at least another one. We'll see how we go. Then I might try a sword. I just need to get it done. Honestly, I just need shit done, man. I just need shit done. That's what I need.
You dare to defy the shadows?
Okay.
I hope you're ready to escort me.
Contemptuous Demon, Dark Contract, Ambling Wraith. This setup is good, honestly, because like if I stick Demon, unfortunately I'm going fucking second. This is the one matchup where I really want to favor first, like heavily. This and Rune are the 2 matchups I really like favoring first. Because now I have to stick the Demon and it has to stay on the board.
A precious life deserves a
And it
precious
fucking
life.
won't.
Rules for-
Because now they got a free fucking lineup trade, right? Fuck's sake.
Are you as excited as I am? So excited!
Well, I doubt they're going to let this stick, so, I mean, there's that.
And so our pact is forged.
They're in Dark Contract. So that necklace, I don't know what that is. Do you want to should lead a last word? God, that's active.
More jewels, more!
Okay,
We weave you alive.
interesting.
Let me place you as...
Okay. What do I want to do? What can I do? I think I got a Dark Contract here.
So our pact is forged.
That gets me that. But nowhere near ready for that. So I don't get the extra bonus damage that I need. That has to stay on board, which is super disappointing. I need to deal at least 1 more damage to myself. I just don't want to fucking do. Do I do it and then just heal? I think I do.
Allow me to bestow a criminal kiss.
Oh, I can't even rush, sorry. Alright, well.
We weave you
Okay.
alive.
Then I'm just dead? Question mark? Maybe not, actually. Really depends on what their play is.
Let the immorality tour begin!
Nope, dead.
So you would reject
That plus that is lethal. That's 11. Not even including the blood fed. Alright, well, there's that one. It's really disappointing because all I really had to do was go first. Go first, win, basically. Like, my lineup was pretty okay. It's just that I'm playing from behind, where I have to trade into them, not them trading into me. Plus, they had the Dark Contract setup stuff plus Bloodfed. They literally had, I think, the ideal start. Honestly. I thought my start was okay, but theirs was like, mwah, perfect. If you can get Bloodfed in your opener along with Dark Contract,
you dare
Flores
to
is a
defy the
basically
shadows?
guarantee at that point, given what cards you can generate.
Ruler of the sky.
Hold Contract and go for the rest. This is okay, because I only need a 1-cost card now to generate Flores. Dragon, though, isn't really going to give me a lot of time. They might give me the turn 1 if they don't open well. But I don't have a turn 1 play. There's only 2 good turn 1 plays in this deck anyway. That is one of them, so that's an improvement. Diva as well is going to be very nice. I think that actually nearly guarantees that I can fully set up here with Diva for turn 4.
Locked and loaded.
I actually might...
Admit
Oh,
defeat.
well, there you go. Okay. Free win. I'll take it, I guess. I mean, that's basically what I do when I run into a matchup that's very unfavorable for me and not going well. My hand was pretty decent. I think I could have guaranteed the Diva setup by making the Dark Contract plays and stuff, and that would have been very good. I was going to play Axe in the second turn because I don't need it in hand, since I've already got the setup going. It just kind of baits out more removal, which is good. I think we only need 1 more now. We won that one. Maybe 1 more win. Pretty happy with it.
You dare to defy the shadows?
I feel like these portal decks are just way more powerful though than anything else. Good cards? Not bad, not bad. I just needed basically anything 2 or lower to generate. Ideally, something that can deal with Bloodkin, though, would be good. Because I hate leaving up a bat on their board, because it basically just says, hey, you can free trade me, and that's annoying. I can set up the Jewel, potentially. Should be nice, because then the Jewel will already be out, and I can trade it into the Blood if I want to. Although 3 damage to face is very tantalizing, honestly. I know which Ambling was just deal 1 damage. Like, as a end of turn effect or something. Not even an end of turn effect, just deal 1 damage. Fucking straight up, just deal 1 damage all the time. Every turn. I don't care. Fanfare, deal 1 damage. Start of turn, deal 1 damage. I don't know. Yeah, sure. I'll play it. Means I'm taking more damage, but, you know, we'll do it. If I draw anything now, I've got a decent setup. I don't have to play my Bloodkins. Which is just what I'm trying to avoid. I just don't want to play Bloodkin. Like, I love Bloodkin because it's a great card, but giving them a Forest Bat against Portal in an early game where they can use it as removal is just hurts my feelings a little bit. And I may end up having to do it. Yep, probably, because that's going to probably trade here. Double H and Artifacts, of course, of course. Of course you're going to have Double H and Artifacts off that play. I hate they're also gaining fucking play points. That's so dumb, man. Ooh, contract. Fuck yeah. I'll take that.
So our pact is forged.
Are you fucking joking?
Let me weave you a lie.
Oh my god. We're already at 7 as well now, thanks to that end of turn. I could have actually played one of those and had both of them on turn 3. That could have been actually really good. But I'll save it for next turn.
Is my bond.
They got a guaranteed Florist play next turn. And hopefully if I draw something I don't have to use Gift, that'd be great. That's not going to do it. Gift. No, because that won't work. Because we're going to flood the board too much, right? Because we're going to be at 5. Oh no, we're going to be at 4 and then 5. So it's not going to work. So I just play this. Definitely weaker, but yeah, it's better than missing out on the potential Florist play and giving them bodies to work with right now. I remember the old days when, like, playing against Portal was just, hey, don't play anything, because if you didn't play anything, they couldn't counterplay. Now it's like, hey, you don't play anything? Portal's just like, hey, I heard you didn't want to play card, man. Yeah, no, sorry, I'm just going to play every card in my entire deck. Thanks. No, this is fine. This is kind of annoying, but it's fine. I'm going to have to kill this. So, Evo trade over it. That's only on countdown 2. I want anything, honestly. Anything here. Yeah, okay. That'll work. 1, 2, 3. Split up the damage here.
So, we'll do this the hard way.
It's also going to heal me, which is really nice.
Weave you a lie.
Also got a 12 count on Dark Feast Bat. But I gotta survive that long, and I've just given them 5 damage. Potentially more. Like, with Evo, of course. That's counting Evo. I've given them 5 damage with Evo. It basically just lets them trade into my bats however they like. Which generates some removal. I don't know what I do next turn, though. Alright, then I'm going to play point back. Cool.
My word is my
Awesome.
bond.
That's hugely impactful, honestly.
Are you as excited as I am? Are you?
Do I put it here? I think I put it here.
I am but one with the darkness.
So I've only got to survive. Alright, I say I've only got to survive till next turn, but it's hugely dependent if they got another one of those amulets. And since I wasn't worried about the damage I was taking, so I'm going back to 20, it's really a matter of forcing them to remove this without setting up another amulet play. But I think that amulet doesn't cost that much, right? This thing? Costs 1, so they only need 1 play point active to do it. Healing doesn't even matter. Dark Feast Bat just kills them. Straight up. You have to kill this.
I paid so much for
Well, they don't have to, but ideally that's what you want to do, right? Dead. This is the one time Dark Feast on 7 became actually viable. Portal is one of the few matchups where if you're going first, that can be a way to go for it, for sure. Usually that doesn't end up being the case, but fortunately, it worked. That gives me 200 score, a little bit over, actually. We completed some missions, we got some Battle Pass XP. You know, no, things are going good. Things are going good. Considering how bad it was playing fucking Forest, this was much more manageable, honestly. So, I am going to hold my gold for now. We opened quite like 60 packs. I'm actually going to hold... So, I'm going to try and revert back to my old strategy. My old strategy was hold as much gold as possible until the following expansion, so 3-month period. And ideally, save tickets, right? Save tickets until mini expansion. That's usually what I do. Because I'm desperate on stuff, I'm not going to worry about mini expansion too much. I'm just going to open packs that I get tickets for. For the moment. For the moment. Cool, we actually got a legendary out of that. That's hugely worthwhile, actually. It's actually one we didn't have either. Reaper of Madness. Sweet. So in 61 packs, I have pulled 11 legendaries. And the Altar Amy, which is very good. Cool. Quite happy. I've also got the story stuff, which will add another little chunk of gold and shit to my count. Like I said, we actually did alright with blood. Considering I had to win 4 now. Yeah, 4. We lost 4, so 50-50. Yeah, take it. Cool. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. It was it's been nearly 3 hours now for everyone who popped in. Anyone who's watching on YouTube, appreciate you if you made it this far, honestly. It's a pretty big stream at 3 hours for me. Don't usually go quite that long. I think we've only got 1 or 2 streams that are that long. But for now, this will be it. I will probably stream tomorrow, similar-ish time to when I started this one, and then we'll see what we're doing after that, because we may actually end up streaming another few hours after that. I may end up going to midnight or not. I haven't decided yet, but that could be a potential like 6-hour stream if my life is in order enough that we can do that. So we'll wait and see. But until then, see ya.